oh god, oh, there it is, oh, thank, oh, goodness gracious, hello, chat, how are we doing today? Howdy there, Sandwich Boss, howdy, Mew. Shut up, I was just talking to Mew, you don't get to say I'm late, Stop it! Also, hi Sari, hi Ewa, hi Tag, hello Sage. Nearly cried at John Hammond funeral early this morning. Missed that guy already. John Hammond, man! Did the Lord's work. Can never deny it. Did the Lord's work. Through and through. My God. What a shame. What a shame we lost an angel. He grew a second pair of wings that day. Another one initiating business meeting 10 minutes before live. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You got me there. That's fair. I need to be more mindful about my business meetings. That is true. I have another one tomorrow that I'm supposed to do. With before star signs. Oopsie poopsies. Oh gosh. Alright. Where's the funny? Is this it? This is it! Hey, I'm here! Howdy! How do you buy property in Egypt? You don't. I don't know if you want to buy property in Egypt. I don't know Egypt's stuff. Gotta be careful with my baby over there. Oh my gosh. UA high. I went to the gym today, so I feel a little bit better about my physical appearance today. Created a life expense of his own. Oh my god. Just saying hi, I want to sleep well, then Emok, sleep well. Just like male bees. Wait, what? What? We watched a few scenes of My Hero Academia last night for some inspiration. Oh, there's one scene. Him against the Nomu that I listen to when I run. When I want to book it, I listen to that, and I listen to one of the final episodes of Mob Psycho 100. There's just two amazing moments that you just book it 100%. When Reagan tries to reach out to Mob. I'm not saying anything else, just in case. What's good, folks? Hey, Solar! I missed deflating All Might. Creating life expense of its own is the male bee signature move. Ah! Understood. So today we are going to continue. We're going to go ahead and pop through with more arts today. I need to get the music going. I need to get everything else going because guess who? Just like Mew said, I initiated a business meeting right before stream instead of doing it, like, well before. And today's been a busy day, so, you know. Sleep schedule's gone, just woke up, lordy Lou. Erwin's speeches. Ooh. Alright, let me... I think I did it right. There we go. So I'm very tempted to change that goal and make it so that way people can... Or as we move along with the goals, we get more movies added. I feel like that would be more fair, but I gotta figure out how to split it still. Right? There's what, 20 movies? I feel like I don't wanna, I don't know how I feel. It is 9 o'clock where you are. You are insane. Also, let me go ahead and throw on that fun music today. Oh gosh, I feel so bad. This is also the second time I've started a conversation or been a part of a conversation in text and then had to start a stream. I'm a terrible human being when it comes to timing. I feel bad. Do I want more Braxton Burks? I'm diabolically cooked. You know what? Let's do Braxton Burks Pokemon Reorchestrated Kanto Symphony. That sounds nice. Let's just start there. That is... What? That's not what I clicked. There we go. Okay. We're good. Now the music's starting. Now we're getting started. Now we can let you guys hear it. It's a little quiet. Can I boost it? I can't. Hi there, Co14. I need... It's quiet. A little too quiet. Hold on. Ah, that's better. Okay, that's much better. Okay, awesome. Sweet beans. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Okay, so we got a couple of bits that we want to get through. Let me double check the commissions list, because I think there's 2 that I could do. There is an Emo Cinderace. There is Fomantis. And those are the only 2 that need sketches still. Those are the only 2 that need sketches still. But do I feel like doing line art today? How am I doing? I'm good. I feel so much better today. I'm on routine. I went to the gym. I'm feeling a lot better today. Is the music too loud? Is it? Can you guys even hear it? Oh, yeah. No, you can. No, you totally can. Okay. Okay. I put this one in the middle of ice work. Alright. Alright. Let's do, because we have, let's look at our folders real quick. We've got these guys. We got that bad boy. We got Jirachi, which I'm not doing. I mean, I could do the line art for that. This one's probably my new favorite right here. I'm really happy with this one. This one's just adorable and fun. I think we might be doing line art today. Yeah. I forgot how Sonic coded that one ended up being. That one was weirdly Sonic coded. Why is this one not showing? Ah, that's why. Okay, because it's a complete one already. That's been sent out to Nature 9000. 9,000 natures. Alright, so that one was Zoomster. I don't think Zoomster said they wanted that one. This is one that Zoomster definitely wanted to have line arted up. It's, you know what, I have a slight, I don't want to say imposter syndrome with it, but I kind of do, because I'll get anxiety over knowing that I'm using Pokemon cards and stuff to help me do the thumbnails, and then I start this stream, and I'm always like, man, what if I'm a fraud? What if I can't actually do art? And I'm like, you know what, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're flying out here. We're vibing. Actually, I might use the line prediction on this one, because such a round lad. Such a round... It didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything. Oh, God. This is it. This is the next 5 hours of the stream. This is the next 7 stream hours. This is... That one wasn't even trying. That one was just me looking away and being overdramatic. Okay. It corrected that one, at least. It corrected that one. That's so much better. We might have to correct it a little bit more, though. That's pathetic at the end of the day. How's everyone feeling today? How's everyone feeling? Well, we're gonna do lots of fixing this up. I think this one's a full color shade, too. Lots of cleanup to get done, but the beauty of this one is I'm gonna be able to just sit and be like, all right, this Lechonk is the same as the other Lechonk. Duplicate, put it on the other side, adjust as necessary, right? That's the beauty of how I did this one. That was... No, never mind. That's not as pathetic as I thought. I'm feeling got begrudgingly back in school way. I do not miss that exact feeling. You know what? You got this, girl. You do your best out there. I do not miss that exact feeling. That was not on purpose. That's a mistake right there. My water's right there. I need to drink some water. Ah, I forgot there's vocals to this one, and it's beautiful. Not kind of, it just is beautiful. It's raining and snowing at the same time where I am. I think most people call that sleet. But you call it what you want. I think just most people call that sleet. So I don't need to make that line so thick, but I'm just going to let it be. Look at that schnoz. This is one of those perfect days where we're going to be able to talk about whatever the heck y'all really want to talk about. That is a pathetic nose on my part. There we go. Thanks. No problem. Hoping for a snow day tomorrow so I can stay home. That is not a thing in Wisconsin, let me tell you. There's no such thing. And they learned their lesson because we're in 2026 now. 10 years ago, exactly. Oh, wait, no. No, it wasn't 10 years ago. It was 9 years ago. 2017. 9 years ago, there was supposed to be... They were reporting a storm so terrible that it was going to be 2 feet of snow. People were preparing. The schools were, like, actually closing and everything, which is super rare in Wisconsin. And despite it all, we got maybe an inch of snow, and then it melted in the same day. But you know what we got that year instead? Snow on October. We got snow on Halloween. There's an old video on this channel that was called Snow on Halloween. And there was a skeleton out there. Hi there, Numble. It's snow up to my knees outside here in northern Scandinavia. Well, at least you could jump out a window. Do not jump out a window onto snow. Do not do that. It's a terrible decision. If 2 weathers are occurring at the same time, what would a cat swarm turn into? Now, that is a really good question. That actually is a really, really good question. Why did I do that? Oh, wait. Why did I do that? What was the point of that? Well, hold on, what? Oh, I just realized I don't have the commission prices up on screen. And these always count towards membership goals. Hooray. Hadn't snowed for a while here, except on April 1st in 2023. Mother Nature playing her jokes. You crazy, Mother Nature. Girl, you crazy. Oh, I didn't add the Discord. Shoot. I really should give, like, special mod powers to people so that way they can at everyone. Because, okay, that's not the right... I just... Oops. Live now with Pokemon art. What did I just do? Commissions. If I spell it wrong, I don't care. Hooray! I remember back in 2010, the temperature dropped so low, state declared a state of emergency with such a gaming and hot cocoa day. Canada, Greenland, it's Greenland, my goodness. Scotland, Scandinavia, Hokkaido, Russia, and Canada have to be the snowiest places. That sounds, oh my gosh. Every time I think about Hokkaido and I think of snow, it just sounds pretty. Me. Hey, I'm going to make sure I at people so that way they don't miss streams or videos. Also me constantly forgets to do exactly that. Constantly. I have a blue sky. Guess who doesn't post it on there? Guess who doesn't post it when he should on other media platforms like Patreon? This guy. I'm just terrible when it comes to this stuff sometimes. Hey, Schnoodle, how you doing? You know what, we're going to let you have the bulbous tail. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. Also, okay. That took me a second to figure out how the fudge these ears. Round those ears. Round those ears. Also, okay. That's why. 'Cause it's got to do this, and then it's got to do this. Today is Lion Art and Cleanup Day, baby. Lion Art and Cleanup Day. Is it alright making a Spamton Neo X Genesect thing? No, I can see it. I can already, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I can already see it. I can already see it in my head. Alright, this is your little Tootsie Bump, your dirty little grub that you use. Your little foot walker. I almost said something else and I don't know what it was gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't know if it would have been age appropriate. I also keep almost touching the keyboard spacebar button, and I don't know what that's gonna do, and I'd rather not find out. One of those days. You don't seem to have any other details I need to really put, so we're gonna dupe ya, and then hubba bing. I mean, you're not exactly where you need to be. That's fine. Why did I do that? Because then I have to clean them both up separately. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Smart. I keep forgetting that they do this one weird. Why don't you have a little Tootsie thingy majiggy? You know what? It's gonna bother people if I don't do it. I could just make it like this, that way they match up. Oh my god, they're holding hands. Oh my god, they're holding hands. Isn't that just adorable? Oh my gosh. Why did I do that? What was the point of that? That must have been a mistake. That had to have been a mistake. There's no way that that was real. There's no way that that was on purpose. I don't trust past me. New Jersey snow is weird, but they'll call it a state of emergency for basically any snow warning we get. Everybody freak out! As opposed to nobody freak out. Nobody lose your minds. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Everyone just sit in your homes and know that you're screwed no matter what you do. You know what? Make my life easy. Then I do squat! I gave up on that. Nope. One of these days, I'll change art programs. One of these days. I tried once, and then it didn't work for this tablet, so I was like, I could have gotten the iPad ever so long ago when I bought this one, but I was told that this would be better. So, do you think Mega and Bond evolutions would be compatible for Red Ninja? You mean both at the same time? I don't see why not. I genuinely don't see why not. It'd be a lot. Like, it would be a lot on the trainer, but why not? No one freaks out. We just go to the store for bread and hot chocolate, and then it doesn't snow. Clip Studio is the true answer, totally not biased. Well, you know that I tried doing Clip Studio, and then it didn't work for this tablet unless I did a subscription for some reason. So I just gave up on it, and maybe I'll try again in the future. Because I always see people transitioning to Clip Studio Paint, and I'm Squidward at the window looking out at SpongeBob and Patrick having fun. That's me, but with people who can have Clip Studio Paint. It sucks tablet subscription-based. If I had an iPad, it wouldn't be subscription-based, which I think this cost $100 less than an iPad, but is more geared toward artists, because it has the pressure system. So, like, I was just like, bro. If Ashka Ninja returns, they'll probably make it so it can't Mega Evolve in Champions. Probably. Or just have two different versions. I have the SpongeBob and Patrick. You are, and I feel pain. Please stop leaving me out of the fun. I made that way more rounded than... That one's... Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm committing to the diamond shape for this one, whereas the other one doesn't have that. Did you try piracy yet? No, Clip Studio Paint does not deserve piracy. No, there are some places that do, but no. If buying isn't owning, you can finish the rest. Then piracy isn't stealing. You don't get to have that leg. Do. Boom, boom, boom. Pirated comes with only 30% of the stuff they have in it. I painted on Paint Tool Psy Pirated for years, and it was max difficulty, very little tools. No ruler, no circle, jar, nothing. Ooh, so okay, interesting. Very interesting. Time to draw the big piggy. I could just leave that exactly like that, but I'm not gonna. Why? I had it, and then I goofed. Oh, wait, hold on. That's actually kind of cute, though. That's actually kind of cute, though, but too bad. Too bad. It's not the way that I want it. Too bad. Not even the gradient tool? What I now do in 3 hours, I used to do in 3 months. Oh, my God. Eh, that works. Oh, hold on. Did I just hear a thud? I did not hear a thud. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear a thud. Asking would be 6 and the huge water shurikens makes you hop on like blades. Gonna be remaking very old project of mine. It was called the Starlo region and it had many regional forms, so now I'm gonna be remaking them as Delta Pokemon from the TCG. Deltas. Deltas. You wanna get light and dark Pokemon in there while you're at it? I already know somebody who's doing that. And if she's still here, she definitely perked up at it. Although I think she's only doing the light Pokemon. I think that's what happened. Howdy there, John Eaton. I need to make sure I'm saying hi to people who jump in with TikTok because, like, why not, right? It's the same as, like, it tells me when people join. Unlike on YouTube, it doesn't tell me when people join in on YouTube side of things. Very, very interesting. Grass type Ralts line, the Ice Bug Dwebble line. Ooh. Ooh. So I'm very, like, I just don't have an opinion regarding the Ralts line, ultimately. Like, they've just kind of always not held a place in my heart. Mainly because I've never had any personal, like, runs with them, right? I've never had any big moments with them. That is not lining up at all, huh? There we go. That lines up much better. If I came up with a new type, what would it be? If I came up with a new type. If we get rid of the sound type as an option immediately. Get rid of the sound type as an option, because that would be my knee-jerk reaction. Sound type, right? There's no reason not to have it. It's effectively a secret typing in Pokemon already. It's got a whole thing going on. Oh, it's Radiant Force. What would it be? What would it be? Because we have a flying types. Basically going to be them carved in ice instead of rock. Ooh, okay. Little Rock Slime, most of it is for my crazy story stuff. I'm still trying to think of what type it could be. What type could it be? Also, I'd love to see how that Dwebble would react with Snom. Who else? I'm trying to think who else would be affected by that Pokemon. Do I need to put that tail in? I do. Came with the light type. The light type is another really common type that, like, light, dark. Those are typings in the TCG. For example. So they technically exist in Pokemon, which is very interesting. See, sometimes the same thing as type punching moves or things similar where it's more of a type move. Like, I agree, but I disagree. I feel like you could take those punching moves and it's like, oh yeah, it's a fighting type. Or like, the fight, so on and so on and so forth, right? But like, I genuinely feel like sound could have its own typing altogether. And that it just doesn't have it. I don't know what else I would go with. Light and TCG? Yeah, there's light and dark Pokemon in the old TCG. I haven't talked about it in forever because I talked about it in the Massive Iceberg video. But, like, other than that, like, I've never really had much of an opportunity to bring it up. Just like Crystal Pokemon in the TCG, or Metal Pokemon, Delta Pokemon, so on and so forth, right? That's just the fairy type. It is not, oddly enough. There's light in the what? Oh, yeah, you're right. Fake creatures tend to not like the light, so not exactly. There's that too. There's that too. I like how YouTube's also trying to gaslight me into thinking there's only 5 people here. It's my favorite part about YouTube sometimes, when it gaslights me. It's the best part of YouTube, in fact. Don't you guys know that? When I'm gaslit by YouTube analytics. It's the best. Normal condition with black skin, maybe change color with shuriken, so make, I mean, yeah, okay. But I think sound is too basic. I think instead it should be the rhythm or music type. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. There can be Pokemon like Chimecho or things similar. I mean, Chimecho can still be thrown in there. There's no reason not to. Ludicolo would get changed. There's a lot of them. I left and came back. You talking on Ralts? No, I'm not talking bad about Ralts. I think, okay, out of the entire line, Ralts is adorable. I think the rest of them are whatever. Like, I don't have anything against them. I just don't have an opinion. I just don't. They're not... I don't know what it is. I've just never played with them in a game. Just like I genuinely don't have much of an opinion about the Metang line, other than the Mega Metagross being terrifying. Or, what else? What other Pokemon do I just not have an actual opinion of? Because I'm just like, I've just not played with them on a playthrough. Volibee line, Braviary's fine, like, whatever. Like, it just goes on, right? There's a lot of, basically, if it's late game Pokemon or Pokemon that just like Ralts, I know, not late game, I know, but like when you look at a lot, it's just like, Yeah, I think now my opinion of them in terms of like playing with them versus my opinion of lore is different. That is different. I want to make that very, very clear. Because lore-wise, there's a number of Pokemon that I think, or inspiration-wise, where I think, oh yeah, could be really dope, can be cool. What about Chinchino? Chinchinos here are there for me, but I love the potential that it is based on the idea that chinchillas were used for silk or for scarves, for fur scarves. And what does Chinchino have? It has a scarf. There we go. XYZ motif and design, you can maybe have it red, blue, and green in the head crest. You absolutely could. Don't disrespect Ralts and Metang in the same breath. Shake my head. I'm not disrespecting them. I'm not saying anything bad about them. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a really good example of a Pokemon that, like, I care about, but other people are just like, it's okay. Like, I don't know. How many people actually care about Gengar? I love Gengar. I love it. It's my favorite. How many people care about Suicune like I do? Oh, like, not many whatsoever. Most people are gonna be like, Suicune's fine. It's fine, I guess. You know? I can't say anything about Ogerpon. Everyone freaking loves Ogerpon. Man, I'm trying to get yoked up by from Gardevoir. Okay, now it's proper snowing outside. Hopefully it'll last the night. Like, I don't know, man. Raikou's one that gets a lot of, like, underrated out of all of them. Like, what's funny is, Raikou was never my favorite. Entei was my favorite at one point when I was younger. Suicune eventually became my favorite. Raikou never was. Raikou never was even close in the running. Ever. But Raikou has some great stuff. It's not the Raijin, it's the Raiju, or is it it's the Raiju, not the Raijin. Yeah. You're just naming two of the most popular Pokemon. Suicune is popular. Gengar has been in the top 10 since its creation. Suicune has not. Suicune, I could not tell you. I would dare say Entei was way up there for a long time because of the Pokemon movie. Very few care about Baxcalibur like I do. Wooper is way more loved than Major. Facts! Very much facts. Through Heart Gold halfway through Cancer right now. I'm pretending that a male MC is female because I like Ethan's Pokemon more. Fair. Why did I draw that like that? There was no reason to do it like that. What is happening here? What did I do? What did I do? I could go smaller and that would have resolved exactly what I'm doing. Counterpoint, Raikou over everything else. Electric go bzz. Look, all I'm saying is Suicune has a relationship with the unknown, is Ho-Oh's favorite canonically, and what else is there? What else could you say? That's it. You could say what you want. You can say whatever you want. Just know, Big Rainbow Bird said Suicune's its favorite. I'm basic, liking Lucario, but Buizel was my top 3 at one point. I did not like Buizel for the longest time until I saw it like a furret in Legends Arceus, and then I said, that thing is cute. I'm bought now. Raiku's purple storm clouds are majestic AF, but walking wake is the best paradox. I love Suicune's forms. Adorable by Samurott and Restaurant took spots 2 and 3. Okay. What Pokemon do you think are overrated? Lugia is my big pick. Lugia definitely deserves more for it to get the level of respect that it gets, because it's not shafted, but at the same, because it's gotten its movies. What Pokemon would I think is overrated? God, I could take a real hard swing right now. I could take I'm unsubscribing right now. I like Lugia. No, I love Lugia with all my heart. Lugia, Ho-Oh. Don't mistake that. But Lugia deserves more inside of the games to get the level of respect that it gets. Komodo? Oh, I like Komodo a lot. Only design it made for the movies, like Zarude and Zorora, for example. What was it? Evolutions are all overrated, in my opinion. They're not bad. I'm just tired of seeing them. Okay. I don't know if Komodo... I don't... Interesting take on that one. I'm just gonna ride this. I'm just gonna ride this and see what happens. God, what Pokemon do I think is legitimately overrated that I just do not care for? It's hard because I don't think I actually have controversial opinions most of the time. Usually my opinions are not strong enough when it comes to Pokemon to be controversial. God. What? Part of the facts their merch is treated like Louis Vuitton. Why so expensive? I mean, the evolution. I mean, that is a man. Do I want to be mean to my own Pokemon also? Because I'll be real. People complain about Pikachu and Charizard for being everywhere, but I love Slowpoke. Has so many forms. Meowth has so many forms, which I like Meowth. Gengar is everywhere. Is there a game where you don't? I think the only games you don't get Gengar, or rather Ghastly, is 5th gen. But even then, I think you could transfer it in. I'm pretty sure. If you use a regional variant with each evolution being one of the remaining types, that'd be sick. Then a 9th unique evolution that's Dragon. Joe's my least favorite region by a wide margin, which I'm playing through Heart Gold so I could try to see new things in it. Heart Gold's the way to go. Gengar is only absent in Hoenn and Unova, so there we go. I'm going to throw another out there, but purely an opinion and has bias. I have Metagross. Why would I use my Steel type for him when I have Lucario? It's okay. God, what would it be for me? I'm still struggling. I agree with the evolution merch being treated like Louis Vuitton. I helped some guy track down all 7 one Christmas. Gave my money as a thank you. Just spent like $300 on these. Oh my god. Don't feel bad about originality. Just remember that Typhlosion and Charizard have the same stat spread. They really do, don't they? You just work on a regional dex. Trivia comes in handy once again. Hunt you down. I would rather use both. What? What do you mean? Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I can fix that. I don't have to erase it. I can just fix it. Man, I'm struggling still. I'm still struggling. Oh, nah. That. I could see the hand wave in my head for that one. Oh, man. What? Okay, that's not the way that's supposed to be. You know what I'd consider overrated that isn't something obvious? Yeah. Like, I genuinely struggle. I think it's also because I just don't think about things being overrated all that much and stuff like that. I just kind of exist at the end of the day. So it's really hard for me to think of some of these things. Like, I could say something mean about every single Pokemon. I think every single Pokemon I could say something mean about. And I could very, very easily say, like, make those videos all the time of, like, oh, this is why this is the worst Pokemon. Oh, this is why this is, like, the worst region, blah, blah, blah. I think it's very, very easy. I think it's very, very easy to do so. Good obviousness is synonymous with something being overrated. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I'll fix that later. Evolution especially ruined the entire TCG market and scalpers, and again, they were always there, but not as bad. When the stupid prismatic line came out, there's that. Only 2 Pokemon I can fully say I dislike. I'm trying to think of which ones I would say I dislike. I think it's also hard because I'm definitely the type of person where I could see myself liking every Pokemon if I just knew enough about them. Enough of their background, enough of what makes them, why they were designed, so on and so forth. I love Alolan Raichu. I love regional forms in general. Curious to see what thoughts you have on Lucario. I think it's cool. I like its Mega Evolution lore, which is why, like, when I had to do a tattoo, I put the Mega Evolution on my shoulder. But like regular Lucario, I was never a part of the hype of. Mega Lucario, I understood and I was bought by, right? Is it in the top 10 Megas? Probably, maybe like 11 or 12. Not quite there, but I'd have to sit down and really figure it out. Volbeat Illumines, because I love Fireflies, are my favorite insect, but I hate how Volbeat and Illumines are handed. I get their design inspiration and all, but hate how lame they are. Fair. Always able to buy new set prior to stupid prismatic. When the pre-orders came out, everything else got scares. Never. Whoa. Poor Iwa. Poor Iwa. Okay, let's do that. Okay. I think now I do cleanup on this side, duplicate those, and then I have the line arts taken care of at least, which will be a nice plus for this one. Nice and easy. I'm not on the right layer, am I? Nope. I am not. I'm just like, why isn't it showing up? Why isn't anything being erased? What's happening here? What's going on? What Pokemon am I just tired of seeing everywhere? That's a great question. That's a great direction to take it. I don't know. I struggle. I struggle because I don't think about these things. Like, I actually get... So I had a conversation, right? I had a conversation with people because they mentioned You guys would be wise to trust me. I know a skin thief when I see one. Oh my god. Like, I got into a conversation because people brought up Pokemon Masters for lore, and then other people immediately shot it down. They're like, anything in Masters stays in Masters. And I'm like, whoa! Don't get me wrong. We should not accept everything in Pokemon Masters as canon. Otherwise, Liza of Tate and Liza would have a freaking Celesteela. But, like, there's some information in Masters that absolutely does not break the lore and could be canon. A common conversation that ends up happening is the battle towers, their canonicity, and how the heck these people have all these legendary Pokemon. And I made the argument that, like, okay, you're right, not all of them should have legendary Pokemon, but you know who should? Is it Brandon? I think it's Brandon. The pyramid, tower leader, whatever the heck he's called, right? He has 2 or 3 Reggies in every single version of him there is. Games, anime, manga, and in every single one of them, they are taken away from him except for the games. Which could tell us, 1, information about Brandon. 2, also tells us that these Pokemon are likely being released. Which we also get marginal confirmation with if we, or at least within the Pokemon Legends ZA timeline. So yeah, it just, yeah, there's a lot there. Not a fan of, I clicked something and I got nervous. Not a fan of bad Pokemon that's hyped, oh god. That's hyped up, like Bidoof and Wooper. Oh, but it's, okay, Bidoof is funny. Wooper, I love Wooper, it's adorable. It's adorable. And, like, that's the whole point. You overhype Bidoof on purpose. You absolutely... That is the whole point. People with small PP brains incapable of bordering their knowledge. They really dislike about Pokemon Masters, especially is that the characters get along way too well. A lot of people just hate each other and go kind of hard. Fair. I can respect that. Masters devs have 2 wheels. One with all the major trainers and one with all the legends, and they throw darts randomly. Actually, if you look at it, a lot of them can be pretty on purpose, and it's actually kind of dope. I don't think it's always on purpose. I think it's like, oh, this would be cool to do. But yeah. Multiple types of legendary giants were created by Regigigas, so it makes sense Powerful Trainer would have collected a set of them. Were multiple sets of legendary giants created? Do we have that confirmation? Shellbell's 30 air hunt goes crazy. It goes crazy, y'all. Oh my god. I talked way too much and did not breathe nearly enough. That's what happened there. Can't lose my voice before tomorrow night for Pokemon Star Signs. Be there or be square. Or be there and be square anyway, because y'all are nerds. So, you know. However that works. Since there's multiple in Hoenn and Galar in entirely different ruins across the globe, seems like Regieleki and Regidrago are the only unique ones. You know what? That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Always makes you wonder what others could be out there. Actually, there's for those of you who want a little teaser of Star Signs, it was just recently revealed that there are other typings of the Reggies, and they had discovered the bug type Reggie. I think they were in the middle of naming it, and I don't know if they landed on a name, like the party. So, you know, that'll be fun to figure out if they land on a name ever. Oh my gosh. Oops, I have 1 day to catch up. Yes, you do. Regiaraki, Arachnid. I don't know what they're the ones naming it. I had a name, but I'm letting them name it. What if there was a fairy type one? Regigigas made you impress someone? Wait, I already made that. A peek behind the veil. It was almost a fairy type and not a bug type for the ones that they encountered. It was going to be made entirely of, like, arcane magic to some degree and look like the cosmos. But I only say that because if it's gonna be in star signs, it's probably gonna look different. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it won't, and people just got a teaser. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Memento, to be fair, I think it's funny that Regis are on islands and other isolated areas like the desert and undersea cavern. Here you go, I made you, now stay isolated from the rest of the world, you monster. There was like 3 different things that I almost said. None of them bad. None of them bad. And what's really cool, my favorite thing about their locations, though, is that there's an Absol outside of every one of their locations. There's an Absol outside of Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Caillou Rem's cave area. Let's see. Their Absol is also outside of... right on Mount Coronet, sorry. Because Zalaga and Palkia at the summit. They're also... they're not Gen 5 areas. Oh, I literally just said where they were in Gen 5. What am I talking about? Generation 6, they are on the mountain, I believe, which is... yeah, they're on the mountain, and they would be before the location in which Necrozma crashes down. Gen 7... Sorry, Gen 6. I mix 6 and 7 so much. I meant to say 7. Gen 6, I don't know either. Gen 8... they're kind of all over the place. And I never really understood it completely. Gen 9, I don't know either, off the top of my head. Wait, they're causing calamities? Nah, stay isolated. What would you call this mixed form? Huh? Volcarivore helped make Anj and my lord actually work well. Somehow win by doing what? You mix what? People noticing Absol flocking to areas. Oh no. Krill, no. What do you mean, Krill, no? What do you mean? What do you mean, Krill, no? What did I do? I didn't do anything. What's happening? Other Krill? I don't know what's happening anymore. I hyper-focused, and I don't know what's going on in chat anymore. I hyper-focused. And I lost where I was mentally. Thinking about where these Absols were. What would you call a combination of Bond Phenomenon and Mega Evolution? Mega Bond. Like, literally. Pokemon probably call it the Mega Bond. Otherwise... oh. That's what you mean by no. I was lagging out, I guess. Weird. You go to the Bond form one day, 100% going to be Masquerade? Probably. Mix Bond energy for Ash Greninja. What would you call it? What would we call it? I don't think there's... I mean, I think Pokemon would literally just call it Mega Bond. This doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna erase this. I don't think we're gonna get another Bond form, TBH. Probably not. Probably not. It was easily one of the coolest ideas, hands down. Aura Absolute, throw a Z move on there, make it perfect. You know, Aura Absolute's pretty freaking sick. Not gonna lie. Aura Absolute's sick. That goes hard. That goes really, really hard. There we are. I'm down for more. I'm down for more questions. I love this. I love answering questions and talking about just whatever extra stuff. I think it's fun. Like, usually I'm gonna have answers. It was. I still would have given it to Pikachu instead of Greninja personally. It's very interesting that they did not give it to Pikachu, but that's probably because they didn't want to have it carried into the next generation. That's probably the reason why they didn't give it to Pikachu. Plus, they really, really wanted to give hype to another character. How does one make the Philosopher's Stone? Well, there's a whole anime regarding that, okay? Would you like to be one of the sacrifices? God. Also, Mew, I forgot to ask you, how did you feel? I don't know if Crow 14 has seen it either. How did you guys feel about my theory / connections for the original dragon in the video? Also, for those of you that don't know, yes, original dragon video coming out. Finally, it's happening, and it connects to stuff in ZA. And I feel strongly about it. I feel very, very strongly about it, because like there's the inspirations that people have found for these creatures. But then there's what is the actual Pokemon lore, right? No, I want to make the sacrifices. Sacrifice, I don't get a lot of going on right now. Donate the arm Mew. It should have been a Lucario by the metric. I'll donate an arm, not mine. Oh no. Dragon Ball Z fusion between Gunner and Galliant as a bond would be crazy. It would be. Like, Iron Galliant, but not evil. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited for it. I will be very interested in seeing your opinion, because you and Mew are the two fanboys of these dragons. Also still have to watch the vid. It requires my full attention to set of background noise. I wasn't kidding. Sitting down with my notebook. Oh goodness. It's a doozy. I will say now, I spend, I think, a good solid 5 to 8 minutes talking about the Japanese Imperial Palace, New York Central Park, and the entry link tree, and why they're all so connected and what it means, in addition to what the entry link actually means. I think I've got it pretty nailed. Never specified your arm. Which one is so majestic, and I want to see the original dragon. I think the thumbnail tells everything. I already knew some of that info because you told me about it before. Yeah. I think I added a little bit to it, but not much. I think these two guys are done. And now I can dupe, slide it over. And then I just have to do change this. There we go. Sometimes when I watch your videos, it feels like deja vu because you talk about it in VC. I have to talk about it with like you and Biggins and Sayuri, because like you guys are like not my test group, but like because I talk with you guys so much, it's like okay, I have to say it and then say it. What is this? Uh-oh, did I do that earlier? No, I did that over here, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how else to say that. Hey, Kai, I'm watching this from my school Chromebook. You pay attention in school. Melts my brain for your guinea pigs. I mean, kind of, a little bit, but it's also like, hey, you guys have the same interests, so I have to talk about it. I'm not surprised that you're doing a video on the Dream World. So interesting as a concept for stuff in Pokemon. I have never done a video talking about the Dream World whatsoever, and I finally get to talk about it because of what happens in ZA. Like, for me to pass up that opportunity would be a real shame. It would be such a shame if I passed up that opportunity. There we go. Done because I have 3 periods today, so I'm here to stay until my vocal lessons. Aye, Captain, then. It's okay, talk more. It stops the voices. Oh my god. It stops the voices. It stops the voices. Dupe. Flipperdoodles. Can I get it so these two look like they're holding hands? I can. And I have to erase them off of this guy right here. This funny little guy. This funny little guy right there. We need another research stream. It's been a bit, but it's also been hard to do one of those as of late. Because I'm just not... I mean, there's been the Nuzlocke, there's been arts to do. You know what I mean? Oh! Hold on, let me do 2 things. I gotta do 2 things. Let me do 2 things. two things. One, and then, where is it? Hold on. Wait, am I set up? I have to be. It is. Okay. Softian Kai! Thank you for donating $9.99 to the channel! Me, wait, for real. Thank you for supporting the channel. Music is spooky. No, I don't feel like listening to this anymore. Where's my Ho-Oh Radiance? Where is it? There it is. Battle Iron Radiance from the Zame, because it's freaking sick. We were talking about Ho-Oh. Why not? We got a lot of songs that are going to pop up from Pokemon. Let's go. Every time you draw something, you zoom out and realize you just drew a not safe for a YouTube word. Zame. Zame's great. Zame's got some great stuff. There are days where I've almost used the remixes because they flat out say, like, as long as we get credit, we don't care. Well, I'm being called in early, so bye, Macro. Bye, Kai. Thank you for stopping in. Have a good vocal lesson. Yeah, that's something I should do in the future myself. Me, I want to do more voice acting. Also me, doesn't do any vocal lessons or anything else to assist with that. Praise the Ori algorithm. Howdy there, SFL. Love Zame's way of putting in the Pokemon cards. It's sick. It hypes so hard. Let's just round that out, I guess. I can see that right there. I have listened to this one so many times. What was I listening to on repeat today? There was something I was listening to on repeat. What type do you think the original dragon would be? I feel dragon normal. It might just be that. Or you could pull dragon psychic, or just pure dragon. You could, actually, hold on. You have fire, ice, and electricity being put together. God. What would... Because I know we've had Dragon Psychic, but like Psychic also fits because of Dream World stuff. And Dragons kind of hit that, you know. Tri-Beam is fire, ice, and electric. That is true, and that is a normal type move. That is a really good point. That's a really good point. I've never thought about that before when it comes to the original Dragon stuff. Porygon learns it, and Porygon is normal. You know what? That's a pretty good argument. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty good argument right there. Just give it a souped up version of Tri-Beam. That'd be kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be really sick. It'd be really freaking sick. Oh, that's just the extra. Where's this last one? Okay, I was gonna say I didn't draw on the wrong layer, did I? Ah, you're incomplete! Dashron Gaming, howdy there. Also gotta read. Dodrio 2, right? Yeah, and time no, yeah. It would just be Dragon Ice. When Kyra merges with either Zekrom or Exo, it stays Dragon Ice. Really? Kyra Black and White isn't OG Dragon? Huh. I never... See, here's the thing. I never played Black 2 White 2. One of these days I will. One of these days it'll happen. And I'll probably blind Nuzlocke it. Not randomized. Not randomized. Nah, just make it the first Pokemon that has more than 2 types. Actually, more than 2 types. Battle Unova Paradox Pokemon Black City Remix. Ooh. Current one specifically the remnant of the dragon, making it the purest form of it. Well, it's... So, okay, you have... Without revealing too much of the video, you have... Plasma and... Or, sorry, Plasma is a state that fire can technically achieve. Lightning is Plasma. And then you have... Kyurem is a leftovers, but Kyurem also represents Wuji. theoretically speaking. And with it representing Wuji, it represents infinite. So you're literally combining these two Pokemon, Reshiram and Zekrom, which can already fuel each other's attacks, with a Pokemon that is infinite, to then give it its full abilities back. Because Kyurem only freezes itself to hold itself together. That Pokemon is effectively dying. Constantly. Ability where it shifts from Dragon Ice over for different Overdrive forms that turn Dragon Fire and Dragon Electric. That would be pretty fitting. All the one left, and it's using its own ice to hold stuff together from falling apart. There we go. Yep. Like, it is a broken Pokemon. It's having a rough time. It is suffering. By all means. Actually, why am I erasing when I should just... There we go. That clears it. OG Dragon is Dragon Fire, Electric, Ice, plus X. X is still unknown. Hi, Nit! Yeah, no. That's facts. See, I don't answer that in the video. I'll say that much. I don't answer that in the video. Make this smaller. Why are these so different? Why are these so different? Why did I make these so different? Why are these so vastly different looking? That is terrible. There we go. Much better. Much better. Who is suffering? Kyurem. Superheated Plasma, and Plasma also transmits electricity, causes splashes don't fuse them back to the 12G version. Kyurem represents Absolute Zero. Flesh Dragons need something? Yes. True Original Dragon currently can never be reassembled fully. Yes, technically. But also, current Pokemon world is constantly in a crisis. Can't imagine what type of crisis would be required for them to come back together. Also, doesn't anime Kyurem doesn't require either of the Taos to change? That would get into some wild stuff outside. I don't even talk about that in the video. That would be weird, though, if it's a possibility, because isn't it close to Arceus and Deity ability, so could Stellar be a potential type? See, I don't mention that either, but I do mention its potential relation to Arceus in that video. I do mention its potential relation to Arceus. And I think the thing I'm happiest about understanding now with Pokemon is that Pokemon represent Kami, which are natural spirits, meaning they're gods, but with a little g. They are a pantheon. And by the ideas of that, they can be conquered. They can be killed. And that is why Volo was so excited and thought it was his destiny, which is also a very, oh my gosh, Shinto belief to become a Kami and to conquer the Kami. That is your blood destiny to be able to do so. Which will also explain, like, the different... Well, that's also different, but that's kind of cute. I'm okay with that. Explain the quote-unquote giants that Arceus defeated at the beginning of everything. So, there's all that to talk about, too. Solid Looking Glass Plaza. Might have mentioned it. Last time I looked into the OG Dragon on my own, I hypothesized the World Soul is a missing ingredient, which would be a human, Pokemon, or something else entirely. You know, you might be able to... That might actually have fit into what I was saying, what I say in the video. I would imagine Arceus would look different if we go on an alien world. Effectively, Arceus itself is an avatar, but the original one is the true Kami. So, okay. So, if you didn't watch my video on the biblical apocalypse of Pokemon, this is where a lot of this information is coming out, why I'm saying it right now. So, what do Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia all have in common? Horses. They're all horses. Arceus is a horse. Origin form, Palkia, and Dialga are horses. They are effectively gods. Hi there, Captain 22. They are effectively all gods, okay? Gods of time, gods of space, god of everything, right? They're Uma Musume, effectively. And what is something really, really interesting about Shinto gods? Their choice of animal to ride is a horse. But it is literally that. Their choice of the mount of the kami are horses. They're Umas. They're Year of the Uma. We are in the Year of the Uma. And there was something else to it. Okay, which is also why, think about it this way, we get the red chain. We also get, there's something else I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Like, that video really breaks it down, and I'm trying to remember all of it. I'm struggling to remember all of it. But by looking at Pokemon through the Shinto belief, you are very, very easily able to understand why everything in Pokemon is the way that it is. Virtual Legends Ball of Light, I think the Arceus we see is like how humans first imagined them, as it then took that form. You could say that. You could say that. But whatever that Ball of Light is, we cannot conceptualize it, right? That's why it's just pure light. We don't have... What the hell? What? I'm just going to combine these, make my life easy. I'm tired of dealing with this. Humans, we can't fully understand. We can't fully understand it, so it just takes whatever form, right? Pokemon Planet is pouring with specific natural energy that could be the source of many kami, not directly made by Arceus. That is also very true. I think... Oh, God. So, I'll also say this. By looking at it through the Shinto belief, you'll also find why Volo became immortal. At the beginning of Legends Arceus, when he pulled a character and spoke to us, we always saw it was light. Yep. And that is the actual kami. That is the actual Arceus. The being without a name, truly. Whatever it is that doesn't have a name. And whatever the heck it actually is. Right? And its avatar is Arceus. Arceus is a horse. Kami and the horse. Hecaton and Beta Arceus would be its true form. Yeah, comparable to any moral being. Yeah. That's kind of what's generally accepted, and I kind of accept that. I have grown to accept that. There's one that's Pokemon World's literal god, not even a Pokemon. Little G on that though. I'm very, very adamant about that little G god, the Kami, again. Because assuming Volo is correct, assuming everything else is correct, and it's tied to Shinto, and why Volo became immortal, and all these other things, that is why Arceus can be defeated by Giratina if they were telling the truth about that. It would explain everything. Especially since Legends Arceus goes so deep into religion and so deep into, like, Ainu culture and so much more. In fact, because of the Shinto belief, it was during the Edo, or the end of the Edo period and the beginning of the Meiji Restoration period that the last samurai was around, some of the last samurai which was around, which is why Kamado has the armor. In addition, the government was trying to control religion at the time by having its own religion and establishing it. And there were two other factions, Diamond and Pearl, who had different religions who were being forced under the government, the Galaxy Expedition team, to then compromise and only worship the one religion that the government wanted them to worship. I am not kidding when I say any of this. I am, like, 9,000% sure that everything in Legends Arceus and our understanding of Arceus and everything else and how their governments work in that game and everything is because of straight up what happened in the real world and Shinto belief and its history. Wait, Starmie is an alien species and presumably has a civilization but can be caught in a Pokeball, but humans can't be. It's their DNA. It's all about their DNA. At the end of the day, humans aren't actually Pokemon. In fact, it hurts to try and catch a human in a Pokeball, according to the anime at least. Jessie gets Jessie gets hit by a Pokeball beam in the Golden Pseudo-Wudo episode, and she's incapacitated afterwards. I think that's the way to run this. I think this is... Oh, wait, nope, okay. I'm just trying to see if there's any mistakes, like that little thing right there. Which means there's probably one. Well, there's this one. Is there anything at all? Let's see. Hydration check. Thank you, Nightbot. I wish I could change Nightbot's name. I think we're good. Alright, this one's supposed to be a full shade, but I also need the colors of these Pokemon, so... Probably because Starmie still has some level of infinite energy that can be manipulated into a Pokeball. Humans barely have any. And there we go. That's another explanation for it. Alright. Okay, Lechonk. Let me take a gander at you. Let me get these colors right. I'm wondering what qualifies them as Pokemon, because Psychics can turn into Pokemon, but then there are Psychics like Sabrina who have the ability on a level beyond average Psychic Pokemons, but she can't be one. I mean, that's a good question to actually ask. You're like a bluish gray, I feel like. Maybe not. I don't know, it definitely feels like you're a bluish gray. Should be all of those. I definitely drew their ears different than... Oh! That's fine. That's something that can be changed. Humans and Pokemon are likely not evolutionary related. The human bioenergy is unique since it forms keystones. I don't know if I'd go that far. Because we still have Relicanth. Which is a Coelacanth. Which is one of the 3 currently known creatures to first walk on land. And is... you know, from there, technically one of the most common ancestors. So, like, there's some implication there. Did I just let these? No, that's not the right thing to do. I have to draw their little... You know what, those can have hearts. These guys will have the regulars. The regular ears that they're supposed to have. Come on, come on, come on. Somebody said humans and Pokemon were undistinguishable from one another. Could that play into it? That is a good question. It's hard to tell if it's because of physical characteristics or because humans and Pokemon live together in harmony. Maybe Pokemon and humans were once one and then they split. That is also very possible. But like complain if you're drawing, they should be looking at a C dot. You can talk to Zoomster about that one. Zoomster wanted the Applin here. A C dot would be funny though. Ultra Beasts just barely have some Pokemon DNA. Oh wait, hold on. According to lore, so where has that DNA went? Good question. I just realized, what? This doesn't make any sense, does it? Does it? Did I goof this? Hold on. Oh no, I might have goofed that. Oh yeah, that makes way more sense. Oh, I definitely goofed it. Oh, I definitely goofed that. I'm happy I caught it. I'll do cleanup in a second here. What is that? Okay. We'll figure about how humans and Pokemon are designed to be equal, but screw away from each other, but it's too much to type out here. And you might not, I mean, you're probably not wrong regarding that. The whole point of Pokemon is that idea that humans and Pokemon are supposed to live in harmony together. They say it all the time. They say it in the movies. They say it in the games. They say it in the manga. And the further humans are from being in harmony with Pokemon, the more bad things happen, to say the least. Fan game theory is occasionally showing me gameplay and lore expands on the theory that Pokemon and humans being once long ago. So sick. Oh, is it that Arceus game? Okay, that's definitely way better. Did I just... Taking a while to save. Taking a while to save. Taking a while to save. There it is. I did not. Okay. I thought I did a big goofa. Okay. Ear, body, ear. And that's fine. Leg, 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 more leg, more leg, leg. Put in the leg. Okay. Awesome. Enough of that. Arceus. Alright, you get a little long now. I'm gonna take a nap. 1,000 years later. Guys, what did you do? It's Pokemon Imperium? Ah, okay. Guys, what did you do? Why did you hurt these Pokemon? What have you done? I didn't put it on the mom either. Also, what? I'm gonna have an aneurysm. That's okay. Easy fix to this. It's just annoying. These guys, the Ruined Quartet needs so much more. Needs so much more. Firefish. I need so much more. That one's my favorite, I think. Chi-Yu is probably my favorite of the four. Genuinely. Okay. Dupe it, drop it. That didn't do anything. That just wasted time is all that did. Drop it, merge it. We're good. Now I can use the right colors, please. Actually, hold on. Make that. Paler, since you're in the background. We color it in, that would be colored in. That would be colored in like that. That would too. You don't have the freaking pee pee poo poo papalipu. God dang it! I knew I forgot something again. Lose my mind, man. Not to mention a literal phenomenon powered by bioenergy is stabilized only when two species interact. Got it. Mega energy. Got it. Understood. Yeah. Yeah, because it's life energy at the end of the day. She's just the best. Like, all things undulate, so I wouldn't mind more cow or deer designs. I love a moose or a Cape Buffalo or an antelope. I mean, closest we've gotten to a moose is Tinglu, right? Buffalo, we've had some, well, we've had bison, I really like buffalo. Antelope, and we don't have any antelope. Electric type antelope, though? Electric type antelope? I think that would go hard. I think that would be fun. What is happening here? Trying to think of anything I want. Oh wait, plankton. Oh, new setting as soon as I. You guys are gonna get it later than I am, but it's gonna hopefully appear at the same time I said it. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Freaking ridiculous. Absolutely. Oh, there's plankton, but there's not a plankton Pokemon. Freaking pieces Pokemon company not giving me plankton. If I ever get, I would never, they would never give me the honor of doing so. But if ever. I know what Pokemon I need to do. I know what Pokemon would need to be done. Alright, now we get all the little tips of their feets. Is that too bright? Nah. But I missed tails, didn't I? Absolutely did. I absolutely did. Ooh, that Applet's in trouble. Hi there! Ivan December. Okay, howdy there. Welcome to the stream. Plankton Pokemon probably have Plankton as its baby form. Never forget, you'll never get Plankton like how I'll never get my Twilight Princess game on the Switch. I will fight. I will sacrifice a whole village. I need a grayish green Plankton Pokemon with a single eye. Yeah. First, I'll steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, and then I'll take over the whole world. I haven't done the Plankton voice in a while. Me does it 2 days in a row now. Well, I just did that. Not that it's relevant to anything. Efforts would be far bigger than normal. Give it to me. I want it. Oh wait, get the other tail. Actually, you know what? I don't want it that pink. I take it back. It's like pinkish red. Yeah, it's totally pinkish red. Oh, that's, yeah, no, okay. Noses. Your noses. What did I do to your nose? What happened to you? What did I do with that nose? Why did I not notice sooner? Alright, we're gonna do a cover-up. We're gonna color it in and everything, and then we're gonna do a cover-up. We're gonna have to do a cover-up. No, we're gonna do a cover-up later. I should have noticed sooner. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done. Should have noticed sooner. I do not have brain capacity to think of a Plankton Pokemon code like that. That's okay. You know, I'm making Grass, Fire, Animal Pokemon from my region because Fire leaps across the brush. Ooh, but Electric wouldn't be bad to see. Imagine like the arc of light, like shooting between the two horns. That's where my brain goes. I have no other ideas, but Fire Grass is pretty sick. I'm gonna say dope and sick, and I kind of mix the words together. I think a Plankton Pokemon might be like Wishy-Washy and Dumb Eyes combined. That's an interesting take, to mix in dumb lies, but I always heard people say the wishy-washy idea anytime I brought up the plankton. So unintentionally, I've made a 4 evolution line water types out of 10 I've made, or evolution line water types. Hey, it's just where you're naturally inclined to. You know what I mean? That's where you're just naturally inclined to find yourself, and that's okay. That is A-okay. Love your videos and thought I'd check out a live stream. I think I recall somewhere that you draw your own thumbnails. Yes, so I almost all of my thumbnails I've drawn myself. Muse Art World has drawn the Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Snap Ecology, and then she has also drawn like the background, end screen, intro screens that I use, and one other screen that's coming soon. Now, the difference, though, is, like, a lot of the time lately, because I just don't have the time, I am using a lot of, like, art cards for references, and just going from there, right? So, like, you will see I've used art cards for a lot of my thumbnails, especially recently, just because I've been trying to put more focus into the quality of the videos, while also having a nice thumbnail overall. But also, thank you. I didn't say thank you. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoy the live streams. I don't know where else I was going to go with that. No idea what else. Usually I tell people, I'm like, hey, you jump into the live stream, this needs to be... You jump into the live stream, it's a little different than how the videos go, but you'll see that I'm pretty much the same person at the end of the day. I'm... There, I think that works. I become an official, unofficial Pokemon artist by making more Water Evo line than others. Well, not artist, more like designer, because I don't draw for my life. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's like almost a must. It's like almost right in between. Oh no, that was an oopsie. That was an oopsie. That was a move. That was an oopsie. Also, what is... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Okay, we're fine. I'm making mistakes all over the place, y'all. Making mistakes all over the place. Okay. Much better. Looking good. You missed a tail! Yeah, there's a line in there. I'm gonna lose my mind. They're missing a tail! How? Starting in school lately, I've been thinking about what a dragon or steel type evolution would look like. We were talking about some evolutions earlier. Nuzlocke is still going, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We'll be back to Nuzlocke next week. It would have been twice this week, but I wanted to do more art, and then we have Pokemon Star Signs tomorrow night. I know Watchog is like a Meerkat, but would a different Meerkat Pokemon be typed as? Ground. Ooh, Fire Ground. Could be a ring with a stub tail. It could have. I got some cleaning up to do. I've made a couple of mistakes that definitely need to get resolved. And then... I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like what I was doing there. I do not like that. Sam I am. Except I'm not Sam. The ones with the heart ears are actually kind of cuter. I want to load one and let you be in suspense for a week. Oh no. Also bless you. What? I didn't what? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, hold on. I gotta up. Whatever, I just type them both. I'm too lazy to go back to the mouse, even though I literally have to go back to it anyway. Where's the funny? Where's the funny? Who will Final Fantasy 14? Donating 10 memberships to the community. Welcome to Me Wanders, everybody. Now I have to worry about what Pokemon's gonna die next week. That's enough to kill one. Great. Not to the bench, to the farm. Old killer. Yay! Thank you for supporting the channel, though. All jokes aside. Okay. What is it? Green on top, green on bottom? Okay, I just completely botched that. That is such a electric green. What the heck happened? What is going on, Yuri? And it's tan. It's tan on the absolute bottom, right? It is. Okay. Oh, I missed some more stuff. Oh my god, what? Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Let's do some cleanup because I goofed it. That happened earlier. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Can Thank you. There we go. That's not Applin. It's just a regular apple. Okay. You have a tail now. Yours is gonna be... Oh yeah, they also have... Looks more like a strawberry lid. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'll tell you, that's kind of rough looking. Kind of rough looking. I don't know what it is. We're also supposed to have, apparently, that right there. Okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Is it a... No, it's not. And I could just leave it like that, but I don't like that. I want to taper it a little bit. Because apparently that's the thing that they have. Didn't realize it. Okay. I feel like this one took me way longer than I would have expected it to. I don't know why. Do the joke. What's worse than finding a worm in your apple? Also, exists in English? I don't think it does. Maybe original Go-Go that has a bighorn sheep? Big yes. Big yes. Bighorn sheep go hard. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that joke is. What's that joke? Hit me with it. Mew. Or Mew. Knit. Bonk, bonk. There we go. We are the same person, Knit. I don't know what to say. You know what I do know what to say? I want to sit down. I've had enough standing. I've had enough standing for today. Good night and bye. Good night, Sage. Thank you for being here. Oh, okay, that would have been potentially bad. All right. I do this right. Oh my god. There we go. Did I do it right? Did I do it properly? Could be lower, probably. Maybe. Don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. Maybe it could be lower, higher. Don't know. Having a little worm named after its host feels adorable as a concept, like bookworms. Actually, I never thought of it that way. I've never I knew I forgot something. 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 I'm gonna leave the nose. I'm gonna leave the nose. I'm gonna leave the nose. Also, no, I don't know why I do this, but I do this all the time. Off stream. Like, I'm just like, I'm just going to comb my mustache with my pen. Nobody else is allowed to touch it. Nobody else is allowed to touch it. This is my pen. My pen. Alright, this one's supposed to be shaded. Up! Multiply. What is this? Pokemon Legends EA fan-made Mega Zygarde by Rashna. Huh. Sure, we'll let it ride. We'll let it ride. Why not? Why not? I'm down to listen to what new artists have in store. I'm doing the new method. I think that covers all of that. There we go. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. And then we're good there. Tip, tap, tap. Tip, tap, tap, toop. Tap, toop, toop, tap, toop. Bump, bump. Little footsie. Oops. There we go. Then we have to get the yellows out. The music kind of goes hard, not gonna lie. Oh, I missed a little bit. I see where I missed. I feel like I'm playing Surgeon with some of those smaller bits. My goodness. Oh, I still missed. Oh my god. No. It's gonna... Yeah, that's fine. Did I not mess that up? Definitely looked like I did. Definitely looked like I did, so I don't know why. There we go. Much better. And then you're all covered. Now I gotta get down to you. Maybe I could have gone further. Yeah. Then now I just gotta get all the shading out, which what I might do. I'm gonna try something different. See if we can make this efficient. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll find out. We'll find out in a couple seconds. So light's gonna hit the top of this guy. Maybe that's too much. Maybe not. Well, okay, here's the problem. That's fine. I'm gonna get rid of it though. But other areas are going to be harder for me to get proper, so we're just going to not do that. And also... I'm not taking it slow like I should. That's my problem. I'm not taking it slow as I should. Get all of that colored in because... Or not colored in, erased, rather, is a better way to say it, of course. You're gonna have a little bit there, you're gonna have a little bit right there, gotten rid of. The rest of that can stay where exactly how it is. That erased. No. God dog it. Anna and I were talking about wedding stuff today before I came up for stream because we're finally sitting and properly discussing it, which is really hard because we're both very, very overwhelmed. Oh my god. Very, very overwhelmed by like the amount of work that's going to have to go into it. But at the same time, it's like we might have found a nice place that isn't going to cost us an arm and a leg, you know? And nice, thank you. Oh wait, PC got issues so I can't play a new Cobblemon update. It came out in November. No! But I haven't played Cobblemon and I have one Cobblemon video on this channel. But yeah, I just... We might be able to take the dogs properly with us. Wedding news is sick. Thank you. We might be able to take the dogs properly with us, which should be nice. We don't have to stress about that, because that's been a concern for us. Let's see. Look at how many Pidgeys have been Applin's tail and suffered for it. Hey, got no problems helping out. Appreciate it a lot. Congrats, though. You're still once upon a time it'll be worth it when it comes together. Yes, yes. Oh goodness, Krill. Oh no. Oh god. I see what you've already been helping out plenty. But yeah, God, it's been a time and a half, you know. The thing is, we're probably not gonna get married until next year, right? The place we're looking at, we want to be able to book it into like mid next year, right? So that's definitely a part of it. How would you'd be like right here, wouldn't it be? It'd be like right there, technically speaking. But that's if we book it like in the next, you know, month, I assume. But you flying Growlithe like a missile and right Scolipede like a horse in new update. That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick, actually. You guys want to know the best part about it all? You guys want to know the best part about the wedding? This wasn't even an argument or like a conversation. This wasn't a compromise. You guys, most of you probably know how much I love pie. Love pie. It's my favorite food, bar none. And with that, Anna does not care for cake. And she said, screw the cake, we could just have pie for our wedding quote-unquote cake. And I'm like, you're a beautiful woman and I love you. I forgot, send me something that you would like a drawing from and an address someday will be my present for your wedding. Aye, Captain, I won't deny that. Maybe, I always tell myself, maybe one of these days I'll open up a P.O. box. Because there are things people want to send me, and I always feel like it's conceited to open one up. But there are things that, like, people just want to send me and be nice, and I don't know. Something my uncle lives is that marriage is a piece of paper and that you should only do it when you're ready. I like to think it's a bit more than that, but the sentiment's there. Yeah. Jaw. Mortem. It's still really funny. Because Anna and we both agree, and she makes fun of me for it. Saying that I should have loved her from the very beginning. But we both did not have like the strongest impression of each other on day one. Setting your bomb. We did not have the strongest impression of each other. We did not think that we would actually be together and that we'd just be people we like occasionally talked to with each other more than anything, right? And she admits at some point down the line, she just started like not being able to not think of me, whereas any other person she consistently forgets, mainly because of her ADHD. don't get on the bad side. That she just consistently forgets people. Meanwhile, like, she just would not forget me, and that's very adorable. And it, again, somewhere down that line, things just kind of worked out, and we started spending more and more time together, quality time together, existing, and so on and so forth. And eventually it was just like, hey, do we want to move in sooner than we probably expected? Sure. Why not? It's like I said, when she was looking, or like I've said before, when she was looking at, because she bought this house. She bought this house. She had me go with her to check out the houses. And every time we would go, she would always say, this is where you could put your office. That's where you could put your office. Without me ever having to say anything. Ever. Ever. She was being considerate of who I am and everything. And knowing that my intent was to make YouTube my life, my living. Before even doing it. And she doesn't know jack squat about YouTube. Still doesn't, right? Still doesn't. And yet she was willing to be that person to say, yeah, that's where you can put your office. That's where you can put your office. Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Don't check your mailbox tomorrow. That's so sweet. I've entered into him talking gross again. She is terrible with being nice with her words. Terrible. She is not good at it at all. But where she has always excelled, and how I know I always know I'm with the right person, even when we make each other upset, sorry, is how, what her actions are. And that is how I always know I'm with the right person. But she puts in the effort. She puts in the time. Even if her words, and I make fun of her for it, even if her words suck, she's phenomenal in her actions, and we know how to talk to each other when we're angry, and we don't insult each other. We might raise our voices, but we don't insult each other. We're both passionate people when we have our emotions. We now have the complete lore of Krillic. Oh, trust me. Oh, the complete lore of Krillic. That's a whole other ball game. One of these days, I should just sit down and tell you guys the D&D story of the real Krillic, not me. But nice if I can find a boyfriend who is bare minimum employed and stable. I wish you the best of luck in that. I sat down and I was just like, oh boy. I forgot what it was. I think we were joking about something, and I was like, I never want to return to the dating scene. Start as relations, start as friends, or build slowly with time. I feel like suddenly falling in love will just end with suddenly falling out of it. You love her once you know her. Yeah. I'm employed and unstable Pickens. Hi there. Are you in your mega form? What's also very interesting is that we have both agreed we don't get butterflies, right? We love each other. We just don't get butterflies. We don't have that feeling. Every once in a while, I might get it. She says that she doesn't get it at all. That she's never had it with anyone. Anyone that she's been with, right? So, but she knows what she wants. And she's like, yeah, she sees how YouTube goes, how YouTube can fluctuate, but she knows, she trusts me, right? At the end of the day, she trusts me and knows that I'm always going to figure it out. I'm always the type to figure it out. A little bit too much sometimes, where I really beat myself up sometimes. And I get worried that I'm not doing my part. And that turns into conversations in and of itself. Just because of my own past, right? I would have thought I'm too old by this point now to have this problem. I'm 30. Nope. There's never too old. Never too old for that situation. I doubt you're the type of unstable I'm talking about. Explosive. And... oh, man. Here we are. To be fair, I think the comfortable silence type of relationship is better than the butterflies relationship. So we watch, to add to that, so we watch 90 Day Fiance and Before the 90 Days and all that stuff because she really likes it. Okay. I can enjoy it. Like, you know me before ever seeing each other. What? Oh goodness. But during it, there's a couple on there right now where, like, I don't know. There's so many times her and I make fun of the couples or complain about the couples because they make such stupid decisions. And we both agree. They make very, very stupid decisions where they're not talking. They're not properly opening up about their emotions and their expectations. They're jumping into things without discussing it. They're just... what the fudge meal? What? You cannot send that image with just the word bald. So now I made myself cry getting food because I realized I am the last member of my family and a bloodline ends with mine. You know what? Take that with pride, Biggins. You get to kill a bloodline. I'm doing it on purpose. If Anna and I don't have a child, I'm killing my bloodline on purpose. I doubt either of my sisters are having children. I highly doubt it. There we go. That's better. What else was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, these 90-day couples really irritate me. And I think the cringiest thing is, like, I got my tubes removed, level, I don't mind, and my bloodline, let's go, let's all end our bloodlines, like, well, for those of us that want to. I think the cringiest thing that's happening on this season is just, like, there's a couple where, okay, this first part I'm going to say is not cringy. One of them really, really wants a kid. And originally, they were both kind of in the same boat where they both wanted a kid. But then it changed, and one of them is unsure about wanting a kid anymore. And they made the very adult decision to be like, hey, I know that this is a very important thing. I don't know if I'm the right person to be with you because this is a very major thing, and I can't provide that because I don't know if I want that. And I'm leaning towards I don't. And so it's like, okay, that is a very adult thing to do. It's very understandable. That's one of those very major things that can make or break a relationship, right? Like, I don't care if I have a kid. If Anna really wants to have a child, we can have a child. If she doesn't want to have a child, then we don't have the child. I just want it to be a planned decision together. That's all I ever care about, right? And I'm open with saying that. There's nothing wrong with saying that, right? It is what it is. But the cringe part about this one is, like, the father goes to talk to one of the individuals in the couple for the other person. And I don't, like, the person, they're an adult, they already made their decision. Like, they're not 20 years old. They traveled across the world. They sold their home and all this stuff. And now your father's gonna go do this conversation for you? That's cringe. To me, that's cringe. That's cringe to me. Right? And it feels like a weird amount of pressure. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. I love my mom. But if, like, Anna and I were to split, I'd never, ever want her talking. Never want her talking to Anna to try and convince her to be like, oh, talk to me one last time. No, no. But I'm also a little mean when it comes to some of this stuff. I'm very pragmatic when it comes to some of this. Well, into my bloodline, but I'll make myself immortal as Snoopy. The thing about those shows, they deliberately pick people who will have problems. There's some of them where they work really well and they don't have any problems whatsoever, and it's really cool. But yeah, most of them, yeah, you're right. They want drama because that is what brings the target audience. That is also true. Also, hi, Jalimiel. Since my brother has a kid, I'm not into my bloodline, but was close to. Actually, wait, no, I wouldn't be any of my bloodline. One of my other sisters has a child now. What am I talking about? Or is about to have a child. I cried when I found that out. I can now say it. I found out like months ago, and oh my god, I cried. I bawled. I bawled my eyes out. I was at work. Thank God, like I work in an office, and not here work. Actually, like my part-time job, and then I got home, and then when Anna got home later that day, I told her, and I teared up again, and oh my goodness, I feel bad because I can't go to the baby shower, but, you know, different states. Rather not in my bloodline after I got absolutely crazy lore about how the bloodline even exists today. Oh? But a lot of those shows are interesting. They're great windows into human behavior and psyche. Yes, they are. Other shows we've been watching, we watched a lot of Game of Thrones. I think there's a new episode of Fallout tonight. I'm excited to watch that. Super excited to watch that. Fallout Season 2. What else? What else? Oh, is that it? Is that all the highlighting and everything? I mean, I could do more, but that's kind of what I've stuck it. Where I've kind of been sticking to rather than doing all the extra super crazy highlights. Is it too much? Does it need to be lighter? It needs to be a little darker. I wonder if actually I'm not doing this right. Hold on. I think that could just use a little bit more. And then... there we go. There's a similar reality in Spain, and an ex-participant exposed that they were just acting in order to make drama and got more follow-up. Oh, that's... There are some people. There are some people that absolutely do that. Absolutely do that. And it's hard to deny otherwise. I think that's what I should be doing right about there. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. Also here. I think that needs to get blurred more. Taboos. I cannot see myself studying psychology or sociology. Wouldn't want to work with people though. I'm already studying CS. Criminal science, I assume you mean? God, that was the first. That's where my degree is. Well, only an associate, so. Best lore of my bloodline is my mom's uncle was ended by his wife, Dimples. Shortly after, they secretly gave his cash to her family because he was sus. What? Outside cameras, they were sane people? That makes sense. Great grandma lived through World War II, and her town would have gotten blown up probably? Holy crap. What was over the fact that a certain German man wanted a vacation home there if he won the war? Huh. Got a handle for now. See you later. See you, Crib 14. Thank you for being here. Give the cash to my mom's family because he was sus of Dimples, to clarify. So he, like, paid his way out of the family? Or he got paid to leave the family? How do I... what? Oh, I missed, like, some of the stuff over here. I'm gonna let that one stay a little circle. I think that's fine. Oh, no. Let's do that that's fine. Dimples paid a biker gang. Oh, got it. Ooh, that's rough. Also, if minor degrees existed in the same way here, I would most likely be taking one in either linguistics or psychology, just extra studying. I think, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. That's how they are. Like, I was gonna minor in geology if I had continued my environmental science, and bachelor's degree. Okay, this definitely also needs to get fixed up. This is not soft enough. And then if you were to make it red, burn. Okay, anywho. That just took an hour, 2 hours. Getting a first-hand account from someone who lived through World War II was a crazy feeling that I'm one of the last generations to be able to get. You are. You absolutely are. That's someone named Dimples. He got taken out, but before he did, he gave the cash to my mom's family because he suspected Dimples would do it. Oh. Oh. That's some complicated history. The jog is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, DS. I'm going to call you DS. Alright. That's Zoomsters. Let's move on to... I think this one's just flats. Let me double check. I just saw the bald again, Mew. Because I saw it on my phone. I didn't pull it up on anything else. Alright. We have... Is it not a full... Wait, hold on. No, it totally is. I'm 99% sure. Yeah, it is. It is color. It is color. Okay. Paul jump scare. Used to be Music Man. Oh, howdy there. Okay, that's why. Okay, howdy there. Mom got put through Catholic school with a secret cache, and they successfully convinced the FBI they didn't know about the cache. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a win. We take those. We take those. Alright, this one's going to be a fun one that I'm also excited for. Me. I don't really care about Swampert. Me. I like this side profile of Swampert with the Joltik that I was able to draw. I think I just don't like the OG, like, how Swampert was designed. I don't know. I feel like Swampert art goes hard most of the time. You know what? We were talking about it earlier. Swampert's overrated. That's my gun. That's my shot. That's my shot. That's the shot. Swampert's overrated. Swampert's overrated. Saying the guy who I like Mega Swampert. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite Megas. Top 5. It was my favorite until the Legends DLC. But yeah. Speaking of World War II, my grandma lived through it too. She's French and was a kid. I apologize for her being French. I gotta watch it. And it's not home. I gotta watch it. She's German and French. Oh, I gotta watch that one. Can I get away with this? Almost. Almost. Unknowingly transmitted messages for the resistance hidden in our Bible. What? That's pretty sick. I think. Yeah, again, resistance against the Nazis, I assume. Great Nan apparently was one of the... Swampert's pretty good. I'll respect Swampert. I can respect it. I can respect it. My great aunt apparently was one of the women who served in industry and stuff during the war, but she passed when I was way young. Best of family is that my great grandmother was on the war and drop my grandma to an orphanage. Grandpa to an orphanage. Whoa. Hold on. 1% French in name only. I am German and Scandinavian mostly. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm just mostly Puerto Rican. Oh, I got it that time. There we go. That's not the way to do it. There we are. No. Also no. We'll clean that up later. It's fine. I feel like this would also be a fun one to just have as a thumbnail. Like this would be one where if like I wanted to make a thumbnail, that is next level. I could always put full shade and then do like thumbnail. Because the thumbnail ones are a different level. And those still take me more time. I don't think that was supposed to be on purpose. I think that's just that. She died in a bicycle accident while transporting stuff for the Resistance. She was older, so she knew what she was doing because she panicked and hit a rock. That's definitely a way to go. Can't make fun of her because, you know. But it's definitely a way to go. Great grandma was born in the Britain and moved to Australia for years where she had my grandpa, so I don't actually have I don't have the Aussie blood. All my gene diversity is just other places in Britain, which isn't the best. The hitting a rock thing immediately made me think of what the heck did I do here? Immediately made me think of when I was biking. I was mountain biking as part of a class in high school. And we were strictly told by our instructor that, hey, the turn that you are going to be going through is a very sharp turn at the end of a hill. So you have to make sure you're slower going down this hill. And I was like, it's fine. So I start going down. And I'm going down. I'm going pretty fast. You know, your acrylic can be fairly arrogant. Oh, I think I understand how this is supposed to go now. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I don't understand. This is why I should have made Pokemon trading card game, Club and Master Duel. Sure. It sounded like Yu-Gi-Oh for a second. And as I'm going down, I realized last second, I really do need to turn. Then I'm going to go right off the edge, and I'm going to slam into God knows what else, right? Then I'm just going to flip everything, right? And so, I start turning. The problem with turning, though, is the fact that as I'm doing so, I don't get a choice anymore because I decided to be an idiot, an overconfident, cocky idiot. And as I'm turning, I get three choices. Either I slam into the shed that we're supposed to go through, quote unquote shed, lack of a better term. I try to go between the shed and a tree, or I just slam into the tree. I said, screw it. I'm going for the tree. I'm not going to make it between. I don't know how the bike is going to react. I'm done. I was in front of my entire class. I slam into the tree. I throw my hands up in the air, jump off, land perfectly on both of my feet, and I go, I'm okay. The bike, I needed to rechain. My hands got like grease on them and everything, or oil on it. And then I caught back up with everyone. They looked at me like, were you actually okay? I go, yeah, no, I'm fine. I jumped off perfectly fine. We're good. There's one thing I'm used to doing because I was little. I fell all the time. I know how to recover. It's fine. Grandpa and his brother were Vietnam vets, and all of them were friends, so I grew hearing a lot of war stories. People had PTSD. Family were florists, and I had to take a lot of flowers for funerals, so I have also seen many dead bodies before I was in middle school. The last part's not so dope, but the first part's pretty cool to hear about, at least. Then YouTube censored the part of my message where my grandpa found true family, but left the part of the grape intact. Good cover on it, but interesting. But very also really interesting to find, like, your family and, like, very... Oh, man. That's a hard way to find out how you were born. But also to find out about the rest of your family is very interesting. Rocket was because she thought she was caught and panicked and swerved, so not as stupid as it sounds. She wasn't as stupid as you could. You know, that's entirely fair. That's pretty fair. I've heard this before. War stories were bad stories. The Vietnam War was horrific. Never mind then. Then again, I'm also, like, I don't know. I like reading and learning about those things because I find it very, very important. Not in the idea of, oh, I like hearing about the horrors that happened, but rather, like, I do find it very interesting overall and find it very important to not to forget these things. There's a really good book. It's called, oh god, what is it? From the Fire, I think it's called, and it's effectively what happened to an entirely different group of people that happened with Hitler and everything right before Hitler went into power. Flat out. Almost the same exact thing. 1-to-1. And it was completely forgotten or was not known, and then history repeated itself. And it's horrifying because of that. And that's why, like, I personally despise a lot of, like, book bans that happen. I despise book bans. You're like, oh, the kids shouldn't read this. It's like, okay, the kids that could be reading this really aren't, like, they're kids, but they should know the history. They should know history so it doesn't repeat itself, y'all. Like, I think Cats was something that was like, literally World War II, but it was mice and a cat. Oh, big, oh my god. Yeah, that's, oh, lordy. Yeah, that's pretty bad. After the war, she moved to Egypt as a live-in nanny for rich people because she couldn't stay in France with the memories. See, that's where it gets sad, where it's just like, yeah, you know, you have to. Because it's hard. Like, your home is no longer your home anymore. Military draft is generally one of the most sickening and awful things that is somehow legal. That one's always hard. Because theoretically, it's something that shouldn't happen unless it absolutely has to, right? That's the idea behind it. But is that how it works? Don't know. Heard that story when I was 9. That's definitely rough. Kids are more emotionally resilient than book banners believe. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it is very much taught, right? If you teach, you know, reverence in what it is, right? And understanding, but then also tell them these things and be like, hey, this is what it was. Then as they develop, they can hear more of the story without being scarred for life, and eventually become that more well-rounded individual that understands the horrors of reality and the things that have happened in it, and recognize patterns so they don't happen again. I don't really have That's the one, like, quote-unquote trauma that I just don't really have, right? Like, there's a lot of different issues that I've had to deal with in life. And I've just kind of been like, yeah, yeah. But when she was in Egypt, she had a tiny little pet monkey. Don't let Anna know that. Don't let Anna know that. She's gonna want a pet monkey. Should have just done this one. There we are. Again, a couple adopted my grandpa, but they were just going after the government money and took zero care of them. And old lady found him just skin and bones and filth and stole him. You know what? Good on the lady that stole him to give him a better life. I have definitely heard of stories like that. Heck, I think I've crossed paths with people like that. Because that happens in America, unfortunately. What is... Oh, I probably should save. It's been a bit. Actually, my grandpa were happy after it. There we go. We take those. We take those big time. We take those wins. I think I'm gonna stop streaming on TikTok. There's nobody on TikTok popping in and out right now, so we're gonna stop using my bandwidth for that. Thank you very much. And what was I doing in my life? My grandma was a friend she met, and she actually wasn't interested in him. She wasn't impressed by his attempt to impress her by taking her to a movie. Bro, I don't know. Oh, maybe it is just a big... Okay. I don't know what I would do to try and impress somebody. I don't think I try to impress people. I think the only time I try to impress someone is when I lift something heavy and I want Anna to be impressed by it. I think that's the only time I try to impress anybody. Like, how do I say this? When I share something, I want to hear people's reaction. And I want it to spark a conversation. But a lot of the time, opinions don't affect my opinion of something. Positive or negative, right? It just doesn't. It's not... Like, I've had so many people tell me that I should watch Game of Thrones, that I should watch Stranger Things. There's anime that I should watch. Things that are right up my alley. And it takes me years to watch it. And part of it is the fact that I prevent myself from buying or watching the things that I really, really want to for years at a time sometimes. And yeah. And I think that's a big part of it, right? If I can't look at my own opinion and say, yeah, I should do that, it's hard for me to be willing to listen to someone else's suggestion. I will put it in my mental bank and at some point get to it. But some point might be literal years later. Kids can handle a couple scary bugs. The notable thing about my bloodline is the nobility, although the only thing that means is that we can use the House of Knights. Oh, that sounds dope though. I told him that she sees plenty of movies with a rich kid she nannied. Served. You should read Freeman. Fun fact, Freeman is my favorite anime, and I really do want to read it, but guess what? Another season's coming up. Not going to read it. Just like I keep telling myself I should read JoJo. JoJo has new season coming out. I'm not even going to bother reading it, even though I literally have one of the manga books behind me. Sometimes it's just hard to watch things, even if you know you'll enjoy it, maybe. That is, I think, a part of it, too. And then, meanwhile, I'll just throw something else on. Like, I just decided to start watching Invincible. Season 2 is in 18 days? That's how soon it is? My leash! Alright, I'm putting it back now. That bit's over. Hi, Odie. Hi, baby. In 8 days? Oh my god. Ooh, I'm excited now. I'm excited. Hi there, Girl14. Welcome back. One thing you should do, continue Okami. That is something I absolutely should do. That is the truth. Okami is going to be fantastic to play more of. I'm probably around tax time. I'm probably going to finally get myself something nice, unrelated to YouTube, and I'm probably going to get myself, I mean, it's technically related to YouTube, but not, because I can, like, games like Okami and other games, I can play for, like, super, super fun, information that I can put into new videos, especially if I get a video on the other channel that I really want to do, is a Steam Deck. I do want to get myself a Steam Deck. It would just be nice to just have and be able to play all the games that I keep telling myself I'm going to play, and I'm not going to play on stream because people come to me for Pokemon primarily, right? And that's okay. I am okay with that. I respect that. People come to me for a specific thing. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. But I would love to play so much more. Like, I do want to finish Silk Song. But when the audience isn't there, it's like, well, I could just play this on my own time. And just be silent and enjoy it, right? What to come back to? It was that time the family went on vacation to Switzerland without her, and the government chose the time she was alone trying to deport. Oh my goodness! Excited for free rent. Oh, you guys made me happy. I'm real excited for the next season. There's an Okami then, if you love Okami. Oh, we have to bully Mew to watch JoJo. Facts. Took my grandpa, still friends on to the appointment, since she wasn't super strong with the language. The family she lived with was also French. And is that how he finally won the day? Because he went with her to an important thing. That's kind of cute, actually. Speaking of cute, look at this Joltik! Someday you'll play Pikmin. That's also something I do want to play. Bonk. Someday. Because I know Pikmin I would enjoy. Invincible and Minecraft movie are absolutely on my watch list. I've been enjoying Invincible. Quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm already on season 2. Being super greedy with Okami then, and I want to make sure I have the time off to enjoy without having to work or feel guilty. Don't come for just Pokemon Curl. I come for a video game ecology. That's fair. That's entirely fair. You know what, you guys? You know, no. People who are you're a member of the channel. You already know what's happening this month. You already know what's happening this month. I feel like that already gives away to everybody else exactly what's going on. Let's just say I may have been working on the thumbnail for Gallery Ecology yesterday, and then I got a migraine, unfortunately. Longest time I tried finding a physical copy, but I couldn't think I can unless I sell my organs. Physical on Walmart for like 20. Oh. Told they can't deport her because he was marrying her. Keep in mind, my grandma still thinks they're just friends. Oh. As for Minecraft Ecology, back to the Snapshoots. When is it coming, Christopher? Whoa! Great question. I don't know. I don't know. Pikmin 4 was honestly one of my favorite games last year. Maybe the year before. Oh, 24. You forget he's 25. No, 26. Current year. You'll get there. You'll get there eventually. It's okay, Rocky. Take your time. So that's how they got married. So she wouldn't get kicked out of Egypt. You know what? Well played. Well played. There we are. The water I'll get rid of in a moment here. Also, what are your thoughts about climbing trees? I used to do it all the time when I was younger. And it was very tempting to, when I got my chainsaw license under the Department of Natural Resources, when I worked at state parks, to go for the full license on my own, because the state park might have paid for it, and then I would be belaying up and down into trees to cut limbs off. Moved shortly after America, and everyone told her to follow her husband, so she didn't even stay in Egypt long. Oh. We have answered before, but I have the memory of a bullet-ridden sponge. All Pikmin are good games as long as they have a number on the name. Someone has an opinion of one that they just said. Ah, that's why that's like that. I did miss something here. That was poor. We'll clean that up. Oh my god. That works. That works. So that's how I'm American. So that's how I became an American. That was the day I sat on a banana. A Hugh Neutron. There we go. Tulumio, isn't this one the one I'm working on for you? Or is this? No, that's Memento. God, I'm happy I have notes. Probably would have been better if she was ported back to France. That sounds horrible out of context. But I understand. I like how you say no, and I'm just like, this is why I take notes. This is why I take notes. One more time for Eternal Flight. Gotcha. I'm getting better with this art sometimes. Sometimes I'm getting better. Slowly but surely. Have free healthcare. Don't have a number on it. Hey, it's not number one. One is a number. One is a number. How much time do I have? Not a ton, but that's why I knew I would be doing this art today. What did I do there? Because I knew this stuff takes longer. So I did all the sketches on a different day. Tomorrow night, Pokemon Star Signs, y'all. Odin's up. Odin's in trouble. Odin's in real trouble. Fox wouldn't be playing 24/7 on Stupid TV because of my mom's stupid boyfriend. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I've watched a news station in forever. I think I've read articles on everything these days. The healthcare here is free, but booking an appointment that isn't urgent can take years, especially with psychiatrists and gender. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on healthcare. Y'all, don't get me started on healthcare. That's the one thing I get pissed off about so much. Do not make me go on a rant on that. Healthcare pisses me off. As somebody who pays a subscription to stay alive every month, I might be fit. I might be in solid shape, all in all. But if I don't take my medicine, I'm not lasting a month. I just... Don't get me started. I'll get angry. Because healthcare isn't as fast as people seem to think. Nope. I'm fine because I have established care. And I just go in for my yearlies. Lifelong chronically ill person. Yep. God, freaking hate. Nope, nope, nope. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Somebody change the subject for me. I need to think about something else. I need to think about something else before I go on my rants. I need a different topic. Somebody ask me a question. Because I can. One thing that pissed me off recently. Rocks. You know what? You know what? I got geodes. You know what? That's the one. That's one gift that I got for Christmas. I got a few. You know, Anna's mom gave me some geodes that was supposed to crack open. Wasn't really much in them. They were just crystals in and out. Same construction, except you got to see the crystalline forms on the inside. And then when I cracked them open outside, I accidentally used too much force and I completely shattered the first one. Flew all over the place. Gone. So I cracked it outside because I had to use a hammer. Completely gone. Like most of it's just completely gone. Absolutely decimated. It was kind of funny. Second one, I didn't manage to do that too. Heard the story of the guy in America who knocked over by an ambulance, forced an ambulance, and driven to the hospital. Was charged $1,000+ for the trip. I'd strangle them. Nope. That's when you nope. I'd strangle the driver. U.S. private healthcare benefits like quality and speed that people always refer to doesn't actually exist. What kind of Pokemon trainer type would you be besides Professor Researcher? One that exists or one would you invent? I'd be a Pokemon Watcher. 1,000%. Let me be Tracy. Let me be Tracy from the anime Pokemon Watcher. Even if I never become a professor or, you know, or just Pokemon Ranger. No, let me be a Pokemon Ranger. My favorite job I've ever had in my life. Actual job. No, I'm Tracy. We can both be Tracy, damn it. My favorite job I've ever had was working at the state park. I loved it. I would have loved to be a ranger in real life. But the pay is dog shit. It's terrible. So, you know, that didn't really pan out. And I worked at a lab, third shift for 3 years of my life, somewhere in that range. I would be the girly weirdo who gets too into contests. Yo, contests need to come back though. Also, you could combine moves and contests in the anime. Why don't we have move combinations more than the grass, water, and fire pledges? Why don't we have more of that? Or the Reshiram Zekrom moves. We need more. We need more. We need more. There can only be one. I'm snitching to Oak how many times your license got out. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't have a license if I'm a Pokemon Watcher. You have to be able to get out into those fields to watch the Pokemon, you jerk. Good luck. Good luck when you're not strong enough to fight against a Mankey. Just gotta punch it right in the schnoz if it comes after you, and then run away. Now I'd run a breeding program for service Pokemon. Ooh. Gosh, a service Pokemon video would be so sick, but I'm not the person to make that type of video. I'm not. I'm just not the right person to make that video. Watching Advanced Battle again, and man, just made me want to have a full contest game. They get so detailed in the anime content, how points work, it's nuts. I'm amazed. I still get amazed that, like, Pokemon contests aren't a much bigger thing. I have so much more energy today still, probably because I went to the gym. Anna's gonna look at me and be like, "You're not tired?" And I go, "No, no, this is why I go to the gym. I get untired. I have more energy after the gym. It's amazing. I can actually stay up and not fall asleep, like, you know, an hour before normal bedtime from exhaustion." I fought my dad. How hard can a monkey be? How hard can a monkey be? Also, I'm sorry, Mew. I've been there. I've been there, sister. I've been there. I've dealt with that. Have you thought about a Pokemon mascots video? You mean like talking about like Pikachu, Clefairy, Piplup, stuff like that? Was it based on an IRL service? Dog breeders often do competitions to improve the quality of the dogs. I could probably be both. You could. You very well could. The handshake. I was about to give details, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't. Let's not open that trauma for people. For you, me. Well, it doesn't really open up a trauma for me. It's just there. It's just an existing thing. Like the clothing company that has Bolton as their mascot against. Oh, okay, okay. That is a pretty good point. See, that's something that I'd have to dig into, and I'd have to figure out how I'd want to present that. I just figure out how I want to present that. I mean, it could literally just be every mascot of the Pokemon world. Desensitized to it, but I don't want to make the vibe depressing as hell. It's okay. It's okay. If we need to talk about it later, we can. Even though we're both desensitized. The best trainer archetype is whatever Jacinthe is or Valerie. Oh. Yeah, that's fair. I respect it. I respect that decision. I respect that opinion. You got that fairy archetype going on. Usual fairy girl is a mood, TBH. It's still wild that Jacinthe is the Jacinthe was trained by freaking Diantha. She is effectively the heir to her power. Okay. God, that Joltik is so freaking cute. I need more Joltik in my life. I need a Joltik plush. Pay for my research needs for improved service Pokemon stuff. Just a drama queen who likes fairy Pokemon. I respect it. I respect it. People I'll be leaving. Good night. Good morning or good afternoon for those who live in different time zones. Good night, Ned, and thank you for being here. Oh, almost just knocked everything. Almost just knocked stuff over. That is too bright. That is absolutely too bright. Nick just sends more administrative power than almost any other trainer in any game from what we saw, other than Steven and maybe some more. Does Steven even have actual administrative power in the games? I mean, I guess he kinda does. Maybe more... What is this color that it is? Nope. No. Almost midnight, but the sky is an oddly appealing gray because of the snow. Oh, I love winter nights. She took it by force, not too much, unlike Lysan in the original X and Y, but less subtle about it. Did she take it by force? Did she? She doesn't seem like... I mean, maybe she did, but she's still, because she's not evil in any way. Moo, did you send me a comic, dub? Oh, those service Pokemon. Yes, I love that. That's one of my favorite images. Those are one of my favorite images of all time. Didn't you get out a rocket at some point? No, not evil. Okay. Love the Poliwhirl. I got a rocket somewhere. Did I miss something? Wait, what? Huh? But oh yeah, no, that's one of the things that inspired. Like, I literally have it on my list for like a service Pokemon video, but I'm not the right person. I feel like it would arguably wrong of me to do it. I don't know. I realized I didn't make the line, but I feel like I can get away by doing this. And then it's like a... You have, the double coloring thing. Oh my god, I didn't realize it until now. Wouldn't call it just good evil, just insane. Yeah. Nah, do it. Even if you miss out on info, comments can fill out the rest. Well, like... I mean in the sense that how many Pokemon have been shown to be service animals, but at the same time, is it going to be more of a video of what Pokemon would be great service animals and what, or would it be what Pokemon have been service animals or mixed in, right? And am I, as someone who, the closest I have to a disability is asthma, which is technically a disability, I guess, if they want to call it a disability, I don't know. I mean, in Canada, I think ADHD is considered a disability. Like, you guys understand how I am as a person, right? But random Joe Schmo might click on the video. I don't know. She uses holotech that is normally regulated to the government, so she has some form of power. That is true. She is an aristocrat. That's why I like the Poke Minute shorts Poke Japan gives, because it helps us see what Pokemon for normal people work. Yeah, and I want more of that. I do want more of that. I'm gonna make the back one a little bit darker since I'm not actually shading this thing. You do have a white iris, huh? A little old Joltik. Hang on, I'll see you, Tag. Thank you for being here. I think the ones with telepathy could do wonders. They can send visuals telepathically. That would be really cool. I must go again. Bye for now. Bye, Curl14. Thank you for being here again. I think that'd be really cool. Imagine how it would work with people who are like, not even just helping, like you said, carrying groceries and goods. Imagine being able to help people who are in locked-in syndrome. Imagine being able to help people who are unconscious with psychic Pokemon. And how that would change everything, right? That's telekinesis? I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, boo. Don't you worry. I got you. You're more orange. No, you're fine. No, this is fine. That's the one thing I've said. If I ever ended up in locked-in syndrome, I'd kill me immediately. I don't care. I do not care. If I'm stuck in locked-in syndrome, I'm done. No, I'm done. Pull the plug. I do not care. That is a horrifying thing to me. It scares the living Christ out of me. I do not care. So if ever that happens, know that I'm gone. There is no saving me. My want and desire is to not exist anymore if that happens. I will never, ever deal with that. I don't want to be living in a Metallica song. And then... No, hold on. There's a specific way to do this. There's a very specific way I need to do this to make it work. Just to have fun with it. Actually, I think that just works as is. I think it just kind of works as is. I mean, I could just, hold on. It's just, why am I being this way? Nope, still not correct. It makes it look like there's something solid down there. Oh my god. There we go. Look at the little chompers. How do you feel, Memento? How are you feeling about it? That's the last full piece we're gonna finish today. That's for sure. Hi, Odie. I see you're also stretching over there. Stretching at the same time, girly? Yeah. Stretching at the same time? Yeah. Oh, baby. Huh? Love it? Good, good. I'll have to export the 2 pieces of art we've done today properly into the Discord for people. I'm contemplating more and more that I probably will open up commissions onto Ko-Fi. Just a few every month. Oh, Memento says hi. Just to do off stream. It'll also help me with my art skills too. This also looks better not on gray background. Difference it does not make. A difference it does not make, simply. Okay. That one, technically because of Nicole, oh, Nicole, this is the one that I drew for myself. This is the one that I drew for myself. I think technically I'm supposed to do line art in color. I think. I could start working on this. No reason not to. Why is that there? Get that out of my face. And now it's the time of the day where Odie sits on my lap. I need water. Oh my god. I stopped drinking those Mios. I just stopped. Like every once in a while I'll do it, but no caffeine Mio. None of the flavored water Mio. I was drinking those for a while, but I just realized it's not so great. Gotta go have to take Panda for a walk. Enjoy your walk. Stay safe. Thank you for being here. We're gonna start working on this, and we'll see how far we get before it's end of stream time. That'll work. That's for Panda. See, now I'm just imagining you walking a whole, like, a legit panda. Even though I think you've shared Panda in the Discord server. Ooh, the Jirachi. Oh no. Are you behind? I wonder if you're behind on the stream. Actually, is that the way to do it? It's not. Then you thin that in. No. Pokemon that can either destroy the world economy or financially ruin somebody else. Or both. It all depends on the canon. It all depends on the canon. How does Lucario wear glasses? However the heck we decide. And I've decided that it wraps around the head for some reason. Sulamil, you know SCP stuff. Would Hyperspace Lumiose be Keter? Because technically it's a Pokemon causing it, and you could capture the Pokemon. But you can't and then eventually, okay, yes, okay, awesome. I'm happy I could just ask you that question, just throwing it out there, and you would answer it. I talk about it in the new video I talk about it in the new video, and yeah. I was just like, SCP heads, please let me know, because I just thought of it on the spot when I was making the video. Music is creepy. What is going on here? Son of, oh yeah, it's Mother Beast Loose Mean. Mother Beast. Mother. There we are. Back, I had an emergency run to the bathroom after I sent my last message about hiring Mew. About hiring Mew. I feel like there was something I said. Oh, hello, Odie. I said something and I don't remember what it was, but I mentioned you. I don't remember why. Someone else probably remembers. Of course, they're like the most interesting topic. Oh! Odie, don't fall, girl. Here. Nestle into... There you go. Oh! I remember now. Hold on. This is what I decided to draw. I think technically you paid where I'm supposed to do the line art and color in. I'll do that at some point. But this is what I drew with the when you forced me to choose. Don't mind if I backtrack a little because I'm sad I missed the combo. Go for it. No reason not to. Okay, back to you. Here we are. Oni, you're moving your ears a lot. Do you hear the music I'm listening to now? Because you're close enough? Is that what's happening? Or do you think I'm looking at you? Girl, I can't draw if you're moving your head in front of my tablet. You know that? Oh! I looked away. I looked away. Not like that. And Nicole Manassian! Thank you for donating $1.99 to the channel! Potato! Because that's what you are. You can't hear the echo, but you're a potato. Thank you for supporting the channel. There it is. What are you making a living just by existing? We always tell the animals they need to get a job. And now she has settled down. You don't bark when you hear that door open when Anna gets home. I beg you. I beg. I beg. She gets very excited when Anna gets home because she knows it's almost time for dinner. I just want to round that out. To answer your question, I think you're concerned about not being qualified to do a search Pokemon video. Honestly, as long as you're upfront about everything, I think it's a great idea. Okay. And I think that's probably part of it too. I think that's probably... Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I gotta figure out how I'd want to structure it, because I've been thinking about that video for a long time. But I just haven't had the gumption to do it at the end of the day. I've not had the bolas. Okay, I had it and then I botched it. There we go. Question, do you think legendaries could be permanently captured in lore? I think they can be in... depending on the legendary and depending on the media. In the manga, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It puts such a strain on the human body that it kills trainers. Kind of similar to how at a workplace, the best thing for a woman being passed over as a male. Ah, got it. That sounded, I don't know why it's censored. It was just weird. Having a normie talk about disability can be good. Okay, that's okay. Then that's fair then. I was thinking about that too. It's like the audience feels seen. There are members of the audience that are going to feel seen, right? I've noticed there are a lot of people who, it's still crazy to me. I've had so many comments regarding people in some of the really hard times, people who are going to college or writing papers and want to use my videos for a source, and like so much more. And like that, like knowing some of these things, knowing some of these topic that so many people try their best to forget, which is unfair. It's unfair. And I think like if anyone else were to make the video, because like I'm gonna make the video, and am I gonna make a joke or two? Probably. Are they gonna be jokes that are in bad taste? I don't intend to. I intend to not be blind to what I'm saying, you know, but you know, it's not a video that's meant to be sad. It's supposed to be a fun video that can shed some light on things. People can feel seen. I think it could be very, very, like, endearing in terms of knowing, you know, what the Pokemon world could be like. Knowing that people who would have disabilities would be better cared for, you know, when it comes to that. When it comes to the world of Pokemon specifically. Like, I think as someone who has depression and anxiety, I genuinely would love to see the effect of, like, Shuppet, Audino, the Clefairy, not Clefairy line, Audino line, actually even Muna, stuff like that, like, how they benefit the human psyche, and how it could effectively, quote-unquote, cure depression, anxiety, and other negative feelings within people within the world of Pokemon. It literally happens to Max with Shuppet. Notice that a lot of I've noticed that of all diversity topics, disability is the least talked about, despite having such a large population, because people don't want to talk about it. And I feel like that's unfair. Doesn't know when people walk on eggshells about it as well, just be normal about it? Yeah, agree. Like, I don't know. I think some people, they've looked at me afterwards, not people who have disabilities, but people, say normies, like you said, who walked up to, like, who I was friends with, and they're like, why did you do that? And I go, what do you mean, why did I do that? The dude, like, wanted someone to talk to. We talked about it. A joke happened. It is what it is. That's what they want. At the end of the day, they want to be treated like humans. Done deal. You know? And then, on top of that, when you see somebody struggling, you ask them if they need help. Doesn't matter if they have a disability or not. If they're struggling at all, ask them if they need help. I've been stopped in the middle of stores, and I've asked, or old women have asked me, you know, hey, can you grab this? I was like, oh, absolutely. Since to stop hyperspace, you need to either stop the collective consciousness of Lumiose or permanently capture Darkrai, both of which would most likely be nigh impossible. So yeah, Keter. Okay. If you're concerned, I'd gladly look over anything before publishing that you're unsure about. I like to think I'm highly qualified beyond just being, because I've done a lot of advocacy and even wrote speeches about it. Okay, I'm gonna absolutely keep that in mind then, if I ever make that video, because, yeah, I think if I do make that video ever, then yes, I would like that a lot, to be able to run some of the stuff and make sure, like, when it comes to any, like, let's say if I present something, you know, like I normally do, like, oh, is this something that's supposed to be a fact? Is it actually true? So on and so forth, right? Like, I had to understand the concept of calling, or someone being called mute, right? And how that, you know, the difference between that nonverbal and other stuff, and how that can be very insulting if you don't, you know, if you call someone a mute, you know, or say that they are mute, but maybe they're just nonverbal and stuff like that. we go. Maybe at least, even if it's not a full video, maybe at least a short. I feel like a short would at least, like, because there are some topics. So that's another thing I want to talk about, actually. Well, something I'm contemplating, maybe not want to talk about fully, but there are topics that I can't make full videos of. I just can't. I do not have the capacity to do it. But shorter videos would be awesome for some topics. But my channel, typically the 2-hour or longer videos do the best. Hands down. No doubts about it, right? So then, why is that cut off? That's not how physics works or clothing works. So then what do I do? Well, you have a secondary channel that you do shorter topics on. So there's that as an option. I did a minor in disabilities in my third year of uni. Oh! Mostly focused on kids, adolescents, and admitted parents. Oh, I have a second source. I'm obnoxious, so in one of my speeches I use transition points to make distasteful jokes that clash with my very disability. Hold on, I need to read that again. One of my speeches I use transition points to make distasteful jokes that clash with my very visible disability. I'm gonna be honest. If you're making jokes about it and you're not being like self-deprecating, and it's genuinely supposed to be seen as a joke, I'm probably gonna laugh. That is it, right? I have depression and anxiety. I make jokes about depression and anxiety. I have, I'm trying to think of other stuff. I'm just an neurodivergent. That's really it at the end of the day. Internet special needs primaries. School for a year. Oh, see. Okay. I feel like you told me that one. I just plain forgot. That'll get cleaned up. Why is this like this? It must just be lines for whatchamacallit. My favorite was, why do you say when people bathe in the sink? Because that's where you wash your vegetables. Oh my god! That was dehumanizing, just like the insert next category. But like, I already laughed, right? You have openly stated you are a disabled individual. You make your joke, screw it. I'm gonna laugh. What else is there to it? Right? And I think something people often forget is that how often do people end up making these jokes in private and then don't have the balls to say in public? And then they act super hoity-toity and are like, oh, how could you say such a thing? And it's just like, what? How many times did you say terrible things you probably shouldn't say in private? And I'm saying that regarding people who don't have an actual respect, right? Or do not have disabilities or whatever else, right? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Do not bark. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I'm gonna let you down. I know what you're gonna do. Yep. There was something electrifying about the mixed reaction of shock and laughing in the middle of my very formal competitive speech meet performance. Odie. Anytime now. Odie. Anytime now. You can stop. Odie. Hey. I'm sure that sent power through you, though. I'm confident that gave you a level of power. Oh, wait. Is that how that's supposed to work? Yes, I have to trust the sketch. I have to trust the sketch. Odie. Why are you like this? Yeah? It's not time yet. Miss Odie, it's not time yet. Not time yet. I was very ready to about to say something else, and I was like, maybe not. Maybe I don't start that conversation today. Especially since we're ending, or getting close to the end of stream here. TLDR of the combo, I think you're qualified to do content on Infinite because you're thoughtful and open. Thank you. I'm gonna hold on to that compliment. That's gonna be one the compliment I get. And I must hold on to that one. All while you make fun of me for the next couple of months. Sort of God, most time people that get offended are people who don't even apply to disabilities. Same with culture BS. Yeah, that's okay. Mew, you went the direction I wasn't gonna go, which is fine. That, like, it was the direction I wasn't gonna say, not because I think it's a hot button topic, but simply because I didn't want to go down that route towards the end of the stream. But no, I agree with that 100%. What is this song? It's Botanic Sage. Okay. Let's just close on some of this stuff. Don't defend my culture for me. Oh. Or cultural representation where they don't represent my culture properly. And it's just like, I'm sorry. Or they make it obnoxious and I'm like, okay, who did you run this past? Oh, there's not a single person with this culture on this team. Why? Then what? Did you consult somebody? No. Why? Why did you do this then? Why did you think this was the right idea? Why did you try to represent without consulting? Plenty of ableist people who say truly offensive stuff and should be shamed, but people overreact too much. Yep. Once you guys saw a post about some celebrity doing a Hindu god costume cosplay for Halloween, it looked amazing the first time I see it. I remember you mentioning that. That is pretty sick. Because you could tell they actually put the thought and effort into it. Oh, there we go. I gotta clean it up and then actually do the coloring in next time. All non-Hindus got offended over it. Yep. I'm with you 100%. You know what my favorite piece of representation was, arguably in the longest time? Finding out Miles Morales in Spider-Man was Puerto Rican. That was one of my favorite things. That was when I didn't find out until the second movie. And they just mentioned food and I'm like, hold up. Like, it was just an off mention. It was such a quick thing. And then it was just like, everything clicked. I'm like, oh. And it was so simple. It was so effective. To stick in their butt hyper-religious people. Traditionals. Yeah, that was my favorite in a long time. It might be why I like Miles Morales so much. Because that's one detail I just never really knew. One detail I never really knew. Actually, hold on. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. I want to encourage you for self-refusing to the video, whatever length you end up doing, because I really want to see someone talk about service Pokemon. It's on my list. It is. I can prove that it's on my list, actually. I mean, not that you guys will probably be able to see it from that distance. Let's see. It should be in Acrylic VA, Ideas. swear to God, it's in here. Am I wrong? Did I not put it in here? Was I that iffy about it because I wasn't sure if I was? I swear. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't not believe it. I guess it's good you brought it out. Yeah, yeah, it probably is, because I wasn't sure. I guess it wasn't on my list. But I've definitely thought about it. I wonder how I would spin it. If it would be... I think I thought about it in the pet Pokemon video. I think that's when I first thought about it. Other than what you sent me, I think that's when I first really thought about it. I'm going to put it in, though. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in. And we're going to see when that happens. There's such a long list of videos that I just have not done. Alright. As a watcher to figure out how to breed Dittos. I wonder if Anna's gonna go take a shower. And that's why she hasn't run up here yet. Thought I saw her in the corner of my eye. Ultimate service Pokemon. Ditto would be up there. Ditto would be way up there. I think Audino would also be massive. I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of Audino. Audino, the Butler Pokemon, I forget what their names are. Life Action Arc is the only way for Dittos to mass spawn would be to attempt to clone me. No! 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 We don't know that. No, that's fan canon. Don't hit me with that. Don't hit me with that. That's fan canon. One of the creators first learned that theory during an interview when they were asked about the theory. Correspondence canon for my source Pokemon is not breedable. I am Mew, and that's one of my mysteries. The mystery of Mew. Oh my god, it's just like the movie. It's just like the movie. Okay. Getting into it a little bit here. That's why I'm going a little quiet. I don't know if I'm going to draw after stream. I might type up the Mewtwo script. Speaking of Mew and Mewtwo. I was supposed to do more of that today, and then... kind of didn't happen. Has Jirachi's limits ever been confirmed? Like, if I have to create something that doesn't exist? In one movie, it can't create anything. It just teleports stuff. In another movie, I mean, it created a version of Kyogre and Groudon, with both of them being similar in certain ways to their primal forms. So it's really hard to say for sure. Okay, maybe it doesn't wrap around the head based on how I just do this. Was that the same movie? Was it? Am I mixing up things between the movie? I swear Jirachi had a movie, and then it had some episodes, and then it was different lore on its limitations. Oh god. Hello, Odie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Grana was a fraud or something? Yes. Yes. So was the Kyogre. The Kyogre was made out of pure seawater, which Primal Kyogre kind of is just that. I mean, not kind of, literally is just made out of more seawater. We need to watch movies regardless of the sub-goal. I mean, you are correct. You are correct. That is very, very true. It's just a matter of finding the time. Finding the time. Did I point? No, I didn't, thank God. Konami is being piloted by an evil guy trying to kidnap Jirachi to do something evil, and he had already kidnapped Jirachi? Yes. There's so many things that I've learned just from, like... I hate this. Okay. We're good. Doesn't the ground have abilities similar with Cocoon of Death? Whatever. I think so. But it was more physical because it was like directly draining stuff rather than drawing the life energy out aura-wise. My nose and ears are now bothering me. This is terrible. Draining from the surrounding area. Yeah, yeah. There's something missing. Or maybe not, because it crosses over. Never mind. Never mind. I just have to properly shade it and everything. Otherwise, that's going to look terrible. Also, this. We'll do some more work next time. But that is where I will stop. I gotta export those two other ones and go from there. I don't know how you run a lore channel. I haven't watched movies. Ultimately, there isn't that many compared to the other media you consumed. And it's second screen compatible, unlike the manga. I mean, yeah, but we all know I'm gonna pay attention to it. I also like super lock in when I do all my work. I mean, it's because a lot of the time with like Pokemon lore theorists and stuff like that, they're focusing so much on the games, which is fine. Like, the games are kind of the base Bible for a lot of people for Pokemon. And then from there, you know, finding stuff, finding information. But yeah, or you have the people who are solely the manga, and then you have people that are solely the anime, and it's just like, okay, well, why aren't we mixing things together? Because purists think that you're not allowed to? Okay, why don't we just stop that? Why don't we just prove that it's okay? Because I've had some comments, like, I've had somebody who's like, oh, what are you gonna do now? Talk about the manga? Like, in the, like, mixing lore from the manga. And I'm like, yes. Absolutely. Because there's stuff that is hinted at. And, like, there are 3 major points in Legends ZA that are pulled directly from, or inspired directly from the manga. So, you know, why wouldn't I? Hello, Odie. Yes, I know, Odie. Yes, I know. Okay, though. I think that's enough. I think we'll be back tomorrow night. I will not be on screen, but we'll be doing star signs. Not the starting soon. I need. There we go. There we go. Look at Zygarde ore farming down there. Zygarde's just out there ore farming 1,000%. Look at it go. Look at it go. Staring at y'all between my legs. From between the legs, it stares at you in the light of the full moon. But other than that, I'm gonna get going here pretty quickly. So, thank you guys for being here. As always, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do anything I would do. Please be nice to each other. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.